All Blacks Game 3. What a perfect day for me if the Wallabies were to get a win here, but we are live. Hey guys, how you going? So today on BKR Sport, we are here as the Australian Wallabies take on the New Zealand All Blacks in Game 3 of the Rugby Championship, or you could also say, Game 3 of the blazekippaxross Cup, or Game 3 blazekippaxross Cup, Game 2 of the Rugby Championship. Gee whiz, I'm all over the shop. But it's going to be an interesting game here today, guys. I don't think the Wallabies are going to get blown out by as much as people do imagine. I think I've actually tipped the Wallabies here to win 35-30. I think I did on the Rugby Down Under podcast. So definitely go check out the Rugby Down Under podcast if you have not already. Actually, I should go and get a link to that one. But guys, hit that thumbs up button in the chat. Obviously, subscribe if you are new around here. It is going to be a big time right now. Big time here as we hopefully see the Wallabies man up, kind of do what they do best, and hopefully sneak a win here. Hopefully sneak a win. I'm going to put this in the chat actually as the pinned comment right now. The Rugby Down Under podcast. Go and follow us on Spotify right there. But look, obviously the Wallabies come into this game after losing the first couple of games against the All Blacks, which is what we normally do. I'm in a very good mood right now, guys. So it doesn't really matter, kind of for me, what happens in this game. I just want a good game right now. I'm very happy that my Titans made the top 8. I'm very, very happy. So look, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a very exciting game. We're going to be commentating it, talking through it. Obviously, we can't show the game footage due to broadcasting restrictions, but it's going to be a big one here, lads. It's going to be a big one here because the Wallabies have to win. If they do not win, then they've got no chance of winning the Rugby Championship. They would have to win this game on home soil in front of 60,000 Australian fans. Great to see a packed-out crowd here in Perth right now. Absolutely fantastic to see a sold-out game there in Perth right now. Nice, says Blaze. If you told me the Titans were going to win by 44 points at the start of the game, would you believe me? No way. Macapaka says, BK, you say Aussie don't care about rugby, but 60,000 fans is impressive. Good on you, Aussies. Go All Blacks. Exactly right, man. This is impressive to see all these fans here right now. It's very impressive to see how many people have turned out here for the game. A lot of All Blacks fans, obviously. Also a lot of Wallabies fans. It does help that there's no AFL game on today over there in Western Australia. I don't believe. No. So, you know, there's, obviously Australia has fans, man. Don't get me wrong. They just don't have, the support that you would be, obviously there's no game over there, over in West Coast, but, they just don't have that same support due to the fact that rugby has really, really died off comparison to what it was 20 years ago. But don't get me wrong, there are still fans here, still fans in Australia, like myself. Second choice, what about the Titans game? I know, brilliant, man. Truck and Down says, has there ever been a better international sporting team than the New Zealand All Blacks? I would say no. I would say the New Zealand All Blacks are the greatest sporting franchise internationally in history, and you could argue literally in just anything, in any sport. Because obviously, the way this is set up is very much similar to a league. Like, this is, like, the Rugby Championship is basically a league, in a sense. Six Nations, whatever, is a league. The World Cup is where you start seeing Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere. But overall, man, this is basically like a team, like just a normal rugby union team. I know there's a Super Rugby and whatnot, but the international game is set up in this way that I'm talking about. So, look, they would be probably the best sporting organisations on the planet, I would personally say. Yes. Jogan Sports, I'm so glad to see that me and my bro aren't the only ones that still have hope for the Wallabies. Jogan, man, I'm always here, bro. I hope you're listening to the Rugby Down Under podcast every single Wednesday at 5 p.m, man. We've also got a channel now. We've also got the Rugby Down Under podcast channel that will be posting clips from the podcast every single day, Monday through Friday. So go and follow that. It's in the description. But the Wallabies are singing the national anthem right now. We're getting into the game. Let's get to 25 likes before the game does get started here, guys. I feel like we might get up to probably about 100 within the next 20 minutes or so. And Errol Clip says, who do you think will take Munster's spot? I'm not too sure, man. We'll talk about Rugby League on Tuesday. Macapaka says, I think USA basketball team is the best. No way. No way. They've lost before. All Blacks have always... It's a lot more competitive at this level. This is way more competitive than basketball on a world stage. No way. And that's not really a league as well, mind you, but that's more Olympics and specifics, you know what I'm saying? But no, this is way more competitive than playing the likes of France and Australia and Spain as their competitors in the basketball. Jack is a psychic, says, what rugby is it, union or league? This is union, man. This is the Australian Wallabies going up against the New Zealand All Blacks in Game 3 of the blazekippaxross Cup, which is, the blazekippaxross Cup's already been won by the All Blacks because they had 2 games at Eden Park, but this is Game 2 of the Rugby Championship. We lost our first one, and we did give up that bonus point too, which does not look good for us. Zempire says, watch the Wallabies win now. Man, that'd be the perfect day for me, Zempire. They're just doing the haka right now. They are just doing the haka right now, the All Blacks. As long as we don't get beaten significantly, I'm pretty okay. But in the same sense, I do feel like the Wallabies will be able to compete in this game. And, I've tipped a 35-30 to the Wallabies. Our defense has actually been pretty good until the second halves of games of late. And also, our attack hasn't been terrible, but they throw the ball around a little bit too much for my liking, a little bit too much. Nice. I don't like rugby games at AFL and Cricket Stadium. So far from action, that's why I hardly go to those matches. I wouldn't have gone to this. I don't like MCG or Optus for rugby games. No way. Absolutely not. Yeah, personally, I agree with you. ANZ Stadium is very similar, but it's still more of a rugby league stadium, but it's still very far away, especially on the back end of the goalpost. It's too far away. But I went to the MCG for the Origin between Queensland and New South Wales a couple of years back, and I've been there multiple times for the Origin, and Queensland don't win there, but in the same sense, it's not the greatest for the atmosphere. Thank you much, Trevor Daly. Congrats on making the 8, bro. I've got the Wallabies to win this one. I've got the Wallabies to win too, man, and that's not me being biased, but I hope there's a good feeling here that could be a good game. One of those real classic Wallabies versus All Blacks games that we saw in the past, man. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling we could be seeing a nice little classic here. And I'm going to be commentating. Obviously, I do love my Wallabies. I'm going to support the Wallabies. But either way, man, like I just want a good quality game here. And I don't want either team to get blown out. And obviously, the All Blacks aren't going to get blown out. But I don't want the Wallabies to get blown out here is all I'm asking for. I want it to be a real nice competitive game here. So cheers to you guys, cheers to Australia, cheers to the All Blacks. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get going for a huge game here between the Wallabies and the big time All Blacks. 1 second. Okay, so the game is about to get kicked off here. Has it kicked off? No, sorry, I wasn't even looking at it for a second then. So Xavier Brown Boy says, Amy Park's a great stadium to watch rugby. I agree. I like it. I prefer Seabus, and that's not me being a Titans fan. I prefer Seabus and Suncorp and Bankwest, and this new Sydney stadium is going to be fantastic, phenomenal. But Amy Park's not terrible. No, it can be pretty good. The atmosphere is decent. It's not the best, though, but it's still decent. Doing Sports says, when the Wallabies start getting better, then hopefully more Aussies start following this team some more, and that's the good thing about a young team. I still have this as the number 1 national sport in Australia. I still would think it is, but Australia have kicked the ball off here, and the All Blacks will start off with it inside their own 22. David Havili here with the ball. They get taken down here inside their own 22, and I feel like they're going to just kick this one away just quickly here. No, they're just going to run this ball straight down the guts there, and that's good defense there around the ruck from the Australians. Left-hand side, kicks it back here, and Barrett's going to whack this one down over the sideline, and it's an okay kick. It's not a great kick. So the Wallabies are going to get the first tack of the game just outside the 22 on the All Black side of the field. Justin Sutherland says, I regret not taking the opportunity to go to Optus Stadium for the Sydney FC Grand Final. It's a grand final, it's different. But they're going to throw the ball in quickly here, and yet again, we're going to lose our line out. Man, we suck at our line-outs, bro. We always suck at our... It's a penalty to Australia, though. Let's go. Oh, no, it's a penalty to New Zealand. Damn it. We suck at our line-outs, man. This is a thing that I've got to tell you right now. The Wallabies in this game have to fix their line-out issues. We, for me, arguably lost that second game because, not Tani Tubo, Apasa Monga, I can't think of his name right now. Pasa Moga? No, what's his name? He's not playing this game right now, but he, unfortunately, Paisa Monga. I'm brain dead right now. What was his Paisa Moga? I can't think of his name right now, but he just obviously couldn't throw the line out, and we lost the ball. Isaac says, how good was the Titans vs Warriors game? I know it's fantastic. Joseph says, let's go Australia. So here we go. In the Bledisloe so far, the New Zealanders have won 90% of their own scrums. Opposition scrums won 25%. Penalty here in New Zealand. Shit, man. Marcel Moose says, hi, Blaze. We really need to sort out our lineup because we shouldn't be in this position right now. And it was really quick too. We shouldn't have taken it so quick. We should just relax, just taking it moment by moment and then push forward. But unfortunately, that's not what we like to do. We just take the moment too quickly. We throw the ball around, then we eventually end up losing the bloody ball. So it's going to be a penalty here to the All Blacks, and they're going to be inside the Australian half right now, just outside the 40. With the line out throw. Oh, that's not straight. That's not straight. How is that not a penalty to Australia? That wasn't straight. Wow, apparently not. So All Blacks here. Now they're going to be at the 40. That absolutely should have been a penalty to Australia for a not straight line out there. Left-hand side, they're going to go here. Gives it off, and they're going to get crunched here, just inside the attacking half. Wallabies really can't get off to a bad start like they have the last couple of times. Jack says, Vunivalu playing. I'm not too sure. I haven't been able to look at the team lineup because obviously I just finished off with that Titans. But Cotabeti is out in the wing, and I can see... Ooh, that's not a bad kick here for the All Blacks. It's going to be knocked back in. The Wallabies are going to be away here. Beautiful. And, oh, that's not a good kick there from Banks, but Australia still get the ball. Beautiful. Okay, so we're just at the 40. Still with the Pango Mosa. That's the name I was thinking about. Oh, Wallabies are away. Go, you good thing. Samu Koravi, Marco Korbeti. Kiss. Oh, yes. Try Tom. Oh, he's short. Is he short? Oh, the New Zealand's got the ball. They're going to check this. Marco Korbeti might have a try here. I don't know. It could be a knock-on. It could be steal. But the Wallabies might have a try here in the first 3 minutes of this game. The Wallabies may have a try here in the first 3 minutes of this game here, guys. Jogan Sports, I just figured out that Andrew Kellaway played with the same rugby team I did when I was a kid. Kellaway's playing here alongside Korbeti, but Samu Korevi there is going to kick that ball back into the inside there. That was fine. And Korbeti, that's a try. I think that's a try there. I think this is a try here. That's arguably forward, that pass. I think that's a forward pass. To be honest with you. I think he gets the ball down here. But I think, yeah, it's definitely a try if they don't call that forward pass. But I think this is a forward pass, personally. I think that's a try if they don't call the forward pass. I'm pretty certain this could be called as a try here, unless they have to obviously call this forward pass, which they're going to check this right now. He's going to pass this one at the 40, no, and oh man, does it float forward? I think momentum might bring that forward. I think that might not be a forward pass because that's momentum here. This could be a try here for the Wallabies. Swain, is Samu Korevi in front of the ball here? This could actually be a penalty here to the All Blacks here. He is kind of in front of the ball there. This is probably going to be a penalty here. Damn it. This is probably going to be a penalty to the All Blacks here. Harry Jones, congratulations on the Titans making the 8, fella. Let's go home of rugby. Good on you, Harry Jones. So it will be no try, but you also owe me a bloody 3 memberships. I remember you. You said you'd buy a bloody membership at the Warriors and make the 8. You haven't done it. Makapaka says Karevi loves playing the All Blacks. He does, but it's going to be a no try there for a penalty for the All Blacks. And they'll probably they might take the 3 here. They've been taking the 3 a lot against the Wallabies. They have been taking... Oh, it's a little bit too far out. It'll be at the halfway line. It's a little bit too... Oh, no, they won't. They won't risk it from here. They've called the 4 pass. They haven't called the penalty. I actually think that should have been a penalty. For All Blacks even closer to the sticks rather than a forward pass call. I think that should have been a penalty. Or if they called the penalty, I'm not too sure. Ains Stainton says, how the hell people were voting Wallabies to win? I'm an Australian, Ains, and obviously I have a lot of an Australian audience, so of course people are going to vote for the Wallabies. And the Wallabies don't have a bad chance here today, man. The Wallabies don't have a bad chance. I don't know, man. Like, I'm going to support my lads, but in the same sense, you can't disrespect the Wallabies so crazily if you have watched the first 2 games, because the Wallabies have competed, but obviously, the Wallabies have competed, but the last 35 minutes of that second game, they just got blown out because they made a bad mistake. But the All Blacks here have got a great opportunity to score right now. Great opportunity to score. They're going to be 10 metres out here. They're going to get taken down. It's going to be a penalty advantage here for the All Blacks. Penalty advantage here for the All Blacks. They're going to go left-hand side. I will stream the South African games as well, absolutely. That's not a great kick there. And they're going to throw this ball back on the inside here. Oh my God, he's going to get taken over the sideline. No, it's still being... is the penalty advantage still here? Are they still getting penalty advantage? Yeah, okay, penalty advantage. So they will get the ball back here. Harry Jones says only the Warriors make the top 4. No, you said if they make the semis. And they didn't make the semis. I'm pretty certain if I went back... I don't really care enough, man. It's $5 membership. Surely you get 1 instead of 3. Just for a bit of fun. Just because I think it's confusing. But who cares, man? It's all a bit of fun. So, All Blacks there are going to get the penalty advantage. I don't think they're going to go for the 3. Now, Huddle Prasad says, let's go with the All Blacks. I think your definition of semis is different. That's probably why. Because it's actually prelims that you're thinking about, by the way. Which is why the confusion's here. Because you said if the Warriors... I was assuming you said if the Warriors didn't make the semis, which is next week, by the way. Next week is the semis. The prelims is what I think you're referring to. So here we go. All Blacks get the ball here through the line out. 5 metres out. They've had a really good... they've really been good at this rolling maul here. And they're going to roll it. They're rolling it nicely. Rolling a driving maul. Good stuff by the Wallabies to stop this one, though. Good stuff by the Wallabies. And this could be a turnover here. This says turnover. Let's go, baby. Good defense from the Wallabies. Fonterra Man says, where's this match being played? This match is being played at Perth, Optus Stadium, man. Billy Lord says, I thought you wrote notes on stuff people said. Yeah, that's why I know Harry Jones. That's why I'm expecting him. He can still support the content with a $5 membership. He's a good lad. John Swift says, Conor Betty made the right choice leaving NRL for Union. I agree. Especially with the potential if the Wallabies are to improve, like people believe they will in the next couple of years. Then yeah, absolutely, I agree that he has made the right decision there. But right now, the Wallabies are going to be 5 metres out here from their own line here with the scrum. 5 metres out here from their own line with the scrum right now. Hopefully, we can get something going here, win this one, and then push it away. Dragon Sports. The thing is, man, is that with Connor Betty, he was never really going to... Like, Union is still classified as the more... That's the funny thing people don't really give credit for. In Australia, Union is still classified as a bit more of an elite kind of game. It's a penalty here for the Wallabies. Rugby Union in Australia has been classified as a bit more of an elite game for a while now in Australia, despite the fact that no one really gives a shit about it. So it is quite funny. Yeah, it is quite funny. But yeah, don't think that rugby league is classed as the more elite game. I think that Union is still held at a bit more of an upper echelon kind of style. So it is a penalty here to the Wallabies, and they're going to kick this one out to probably around the 40 or so. But that was a great penalty. That was a great defensive move there from the Wallabies. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous there. And this is what I'm saying, guys. Throughout this whole series so far, throughout the Bledisloe Cup so far, the Wallabies haven't been bad defensively. They simply have not been bad defensively, and it's been really good to see. It's been really good to see the Wallabies really knuckle in on defense and stop tries like that. But obviously, the second half last time out was not the greatest. So Samakot over here, right-hand side, he's going to run this ball back up the centre. Jeez, he had a good sevens tournament. Hopefully, he can have a... He individually was good in the sevens. Unfortunately, the Australian team was not great themselves. But Australia here with the ball inside their own 40, right-hand side. Oh, gets it out to Banks, sorry. And Banks taken down here just outside the 22. Penalty here to the All Blacks. Damn it. Max Watson says, Jaden Campbell's such a good gun, seems like a good kid. Exactly right. Fontaine Man says, what do you mean elite? So basically, rugby is held more as a classy game compared to rugby league. A lot of people refer it to more as you need to have the finishing touching. That's going to be a penalty here. They're going to take the 3, the All Blacks, from the left-hand side. A lot of people in Australia class it as a bit more of a classy, respectable kind of solidity kind of game that you need to have. Like, I'm not saying it is, but it definitely is more classy, as we just saw, compared to the Warriors game that we just saw from the nice little Warriors players. Macapaka says, my favourite player of all time is Christian Cullen. No, mate, it's Michael Hooper. Xavier Brownie boy says, I feel like when Australia are down against the All Blacks, we just give up. No. No, I disagree. Especially in that first game. Jacko says, is James O'Connor playing? I don't think so, man. I think he's still injured. I think James O'Connor is still injured here. But Beauden Barrett here is going to be going for the 3 from the left-hand side. 8 minutes gone here in this game. Jack says, is Connor Betty better at Union than he was in the NRL? Absolutely. Oh, well, no, he was still great in the NRL, but he didn't play a great deal. He didn't play a very big deal, to be honest with you. He didn't play a lot, but just from outside the 22, very far out to the left, but Beauden Barrett should be kicking this. This isn't exactly the greatest of difficulty kicks for Beauden Barrett, especially with his percentage-wise. He's got plenty of side here on goal. Craig Walsh, I know. How about them Titans? I know it was fantastic. I did stream that game. It was fantastic. But Beauden Barrett will get the kick. So it will be 3-0 here to the All Blacks with 9 minutes gone in this game. Let's go and hit that thumbs up button, guys. And obviously subscribe if you are new around here. Macapaka says, BK, did Quade end up getting in the squad or nah? I don't think so, man. I haven't seen him in this game. So I should go and check the squad. My phone's over there. It was dead. So... I need to go and check all Wallabies squad Bledisloe 3. Let's go. Let's go check out the squads here. I'm not too sure, actually. I might go and find the wrong thing. I don't want to say the wrong thing. But no, I can't see Quade out there. So All Blacks here are going to be... I didn't have time because I did the Titans game right before this. So All Blacks here, 22 out here from their own line. They're going to roll this ball back up right-hand side here and just go straight up the middle here with Brodie Retallick. Retallick taken down at the 22 right now. Good counter-ruck there by the Wallabies, and they're going to whack this one over the top. And this should be easy for Banks right now, or is it Kellaway? Oh, brilliant take there. Jeez, that is an unbelievable take there. Banks, brilliant. So left-hand side here, Tate McDermott gives it off to Lalesio, left-hand side, Karevi. Oh, look at Samuel Karevi go. My goodness me, this guy's a beast. He just absolutely is a beast. Right-hand side here, Tate McDermott with the ball inside the 40, goes out to the right, steps back on the inside away here, Kellaway. No, it's going to be McDermott now. McDermott here at the 40, and he's going to be away. No, taken down last second there, McDermott. Not too bad here, and he's going to cut back on the inside. It was a nice little play to get a couple of extra metres. Gives it off here, left-hand side to Valetini. And Valetini now will be just outside the 22. Left-hand side here, Tate McDermott gives it off. Big chance here for the Wallabies at the back. They've got big chance of Samuel Karevi steps on the inside instead. He had the big chance with the numbers at the right left-hand side, but he does not pass it. Right-hand side here. And it's going to be this good defense here from the All Blacks so far. Right-hand side, they're going to spread it back on the inside, and nothing's going to happen there with Swinton, unfortunately. This could actually be a penalty. No, it's not going to be a penalty for the All Blacks. McDermott here, he's going to go right, gives it off. It's Banks. Banks, he's started off well here, and Kellaway taken down just inside the 40. A great defense so far from the All Blacks, though. That's going to be a knock-on advantage here for the Wallabies. Knock-on advantage here for the Wallabies, and Sama Korevi is going to be here just around the halfway point here, and they're going to take the scrum here, the Wallabies. They will take the scrum. Magpie says, oh no, not in the 23 playing. I just read an article Rennie was thinking about adding Quade to the extended squad. Yeah, not sure, man. Justin Sunderland says, yeah, dead game. Yeah, Bulldogs, Tigers were always going to be dead. I said Bulldogs to win. I think I tipped the Bulldogs in that stream, but I definitely said it in the last stream, Bulldogs to win. And that would put the Tigers below the... That would keep them in the bottom 4. Jake Kerr says, it's a mad game. Meany and Jake have Rillo carving up. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. It's the Tigers, though, man. Like, what do you expect? But good little start here for the Wallabies, besides giving away that penalty, obviously. Storm fan says, NRL update, Tigers 0, Bulldogs 10. Thanks, man. So 11 minutes gone here. Ball possession has been 51% to the Wallabies, 54% territory, and 7+ phases has only been the Wallabies with 1. Fontaine says, what's happening with the Rugby Championship? What do you mean? We're doing it right now. You're watching it. What do you mean what's happening with the Rugby Championship? You're literally watching it right now. Xavier Brownie Boy says, do you like Dave Rennie? Do you think he's the coach to bring us forward? Yes, absolutely. And I think New Zealanders know it too. A lot of Kiwis obviously wanted him as their coach and instead got Foster. And we got Rennie. And a lot of All Blacks fans do come through the stream from time to time to tell us about how much he will do well for us. So, good. Oh, that's a taken out without the ball. It's going to be, hello? What? We got taken out without the ball there. That should have been a penalty here to the Wallabies. But no, instead, they're going to kick it down here. And Will Jordan's going to kick that ball through, but that should have been... It's going to have been knock on. Oh, no, it's going to be ball-based ball. But that should have been a penalty there for taking the player out without the ball. He literally took a player out without the ball. Man, what are you talking about? That's literally what we're watching right now. This is the Rugby Championship, bro. Oh, no, it was knocked back there. I thought he got taken out. No, that was the right call there. Sorry, I was wrong. Jake Kerr says, do you think Cooper Cronk would have been a good fly half? No. Fantomas or just AU in New Zealand? No. South Africa and Argentina have already been playing multiple games. They're on the flight yesterday to Australia. Australia are going to lose that line. Damn it, man. We were close to getting that line up there, but the All Blacks here, damn it, they're 10 metres out with a really good opportunity right now. Really good opportunity here. The ball is there for them. They're going to throw this ball left-hand side and get slapped down. And good defence there from the Wallabies. Keep it up. Michael Hooper around the ball right now. And that should be a penalty. No, good work there by the All Blacks to get that one away. But the defence from the Wallabies is still pretty strong right now. Still pretty strong here from the Wallabies to keep this one out. It's going to be a penalty here to the All Blacks. They're going to take a quick tap here. Artie Surveyor. Oh, no, it's Artie Surveyor. Oh, thank God he's lost that ball. It's gone backwards, though. Oh, no. Beauden Barrett taken down. And they're going to lose the ball. It's going to be Wallabies' ball here. Yes. It's a... What? Oh, it's a penalty to the All Blacks. What for? What for is the penalty for the All Blacks? Life starts is great achievement by Oz so far. Only conceded 3 points up to now. Well, kinda. Like, we've been good defensively, but we're going to give away another penalty here, which is probably going to be 6-0. I thought the Wallabies did pretty good here. I think the Wallabies did pretty good. I don't understand why there was a penalty. Harry Jones, good on you, man. You joined up as a member. You're a legend, my guy. Thank you very much. Obviously, every member and donation goes right back into the channel to provide you guys better content. So thank you very much for joining up, my good sir. He is from New Zealand too. Despite the fact that I'm an Aussie, he still gets around it. But the All Blacks will take a 3 here, so it should be 6-0 to the All Blacks early days right now. Say, Brownie Boy says the penalty is not back 10 metres. What? So, Beauden Barrett here, 14 successful, 20 attempted this year, but there's no way he misses this from right in front. Tested Aussie says, hi, hello, Tested Aussie. I'm not going to ask you who you're going for, because your name is Aussie, and you're tested, and I can tell you right now, the Aussies, we have been tested in the last 20 years, but good to see you still tuning in and kicking on for the Aussies. But Beauden Barrett here from right in front, make it a 6-0 ball game. I guess for the Wallabies, this is what we want, man. This is what we want to see. We want to see the All Blacks kicking threes, because otherwise they're going to be slapping through tries left, right, and centre. So it's going to be 6-0 here to the All Blacks. Jack says, do you watch the Super Rugby? Absolutely, man. I'm a massive Fiji and Drua fan. I've been a Fiji and Drua fan since they were in the NRC, National Rugby Championship. I never really had a team in Super Rugby. I didn't mind the Reds because I was from Queensland and from the Gold Coast, but I never really got into the Reds. I kind of got around the Chiefs in the Aotearoa competition because obviously the Chiefs played in Fiji quite a lot and had a real big, solid kind of influence on rugby in Fiji, and because of the Chiefs, obviously, name as well. But I am a Fiji and Drua fan. I've worked with them before through my vlogs and when I was in the NRC, and it was very good to see. So I can't wait to be doing it. I can't wait to be potentially vlogging the Fiji and Drua when they're in the Super Rugby next year. Can't wait. But we talk about that all on the Rugby Down Under podcast every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. So Australia here. Ooh, run onto the ball here. Got a Betty with the ball. Toso. Got a Betty. Ooh, got a Betty with a great little run there. So left-hand side here. Oh, good chance here. They're going to break it to the 22. Here come the Wallabies right now. McDermott goes right-hand side. Good play by McDermott to Hooper. Hooper nearly lost that ball. Oh, that's going to be a knock-on there. Hello, that's going to be a knock-on for the All Blacks. No, apparently not. Apparently not an All Blacks knock-on there. But Beauden Barrett here. He's going to kick this one down himself. And that's going to be a good kick if it bounces out, but it will not be. Samuel Karevi will get back here, and he's going to pass this one across the field. Gives it off to Banks. I think Banks has really been prominent in this game so far. Gives it off to Connor Betty. Connor Betty here down the wing. Connor Betty down the wing. He's going to take him on, and he's going to get taken down. Doesn't get taken out, though, which is good. That's good. Wallabies here with the ball at the halfway line. They're going to go right-hand side. Gives it off. Big chance here for the Wallabies. There's numbers here. Oh, he gets taken down, though. Still offloads it. And Phillip is going to get that ball away again. Wallabies here, left-hand side, just outside the attacking half right now. Molly and Jackson's Bulldogs winning 14-0. I tipped the Bulldogs. Jack says, I'm from Queensland, so I got around the Reds this year when they won it. They didn't really win it, mate. They won the Australian competition, but all 5 Australian teams were below all 5 New Zealand teams when we played the New Zealanders. But the All Blacks here, they're going to get taken down here just outside the 22. Wallabies here with a very good counter ruck here. Very good counter ruck, but good strong ruck there by the All Blacks. Right inside here, Adi Sava taken down just outside the 22. Come on, Wallabies. Get a nice little penalty here. Get a turnover and put us back into position. Good defense so far, but it's going to be turnover. Maybe? No, it will be still All Blacks ball here. Left-hand side they go. Beauden Barrett kicks it through here. Damn it. And that's a great play here from the All Blacks. Oh, man. They're going to score a try. Webber's going to score a try. It's going to be... Damn it. Sorry, no. Webber to Barrett. And Geordie Barrett's going to score a try there. That was a very good play. You could see that coming a mile away from the All Blacks. Unfortunately. Try time there. Damn it. So 11-0 will be 13-0. And that is a pretty easy try, to be completely honest with you. Lifestyle says, if Fiji could hold on to every single player that ever came from there, there'd be a superpower. They still play the same way, though, which is the problem with Fiji. They're always obviously, and if you guys don't know this, on the Rugby Down Under podcast, we are going to be bringing on Johnny Dyer in the next couple of weeks. Johnny Dyer will be on the podcast. We'll be talking about all things Fiji rugby and whatnot. But yeah, Fiji's a very, very quality team, but they always play the same way, and they don't really have the structure. If they can still keep improving this structure going into the 2023 World Cup, then Fiji will be a force. They don't need all the players. They don't need Connor Betty's and whatnot, the Severeses. If they just, honestly, play like they do now, but also add the structure in, we could see Fiji genuinely compete for that World Cup in 2023, but... The thing is, will Fiji be able to adjust into a structural creativity style, which is what France are. France are very creative, but they're also very structured. They're creative and structured. France and Fiji, I compare quite a lot when it comes to Northern Hemisphere versus Southern Hemisphere. I would compare South Africa and England very similarly, but in the same sense, South Africa are much better than England, in my personal opinion. Not too sure who I'd compare New Zealand with, to be completely fair, in the Northern Hemisphere. Not too sure. And Australia don't really have a Northern Hemisphere. Maybe you could say Wales. I'd say Wales is the Australian Northern Hemisphere comparison. And that's why I guess we always play them when it comes to the World Cup. Paul Henry says, awesome All Blacks. Too easy. It was too easy, bro. It was too easy. Fonterra Man says, Fiji play 15s like 7s. Yeah, look, that's what Fiji rugby is, man, because that's still rugby. 7s is still rugby union. That's not a good kick here from Barrett, so it's going to be Wallabies who get the ball here just outside the 22. Jogan Sports says that just would not be fair. They played like they did in the 7s. They play like they do in the 7s because that is still rugby, man. Fiji are always going to play the same way. That's why I really hope that they can eventually change their style to be a bit more structured. But, we're actually going to win a line-out. Wow, I've never seen us win a line-out in my life. But McDermott's been crunching that tackle there. He's been absolutely crunching that tackle. So Hooper here is going to go left-hand side maybe. No, we're not going to go left-hand side. Chuck Down says, do Fiji have the right coach for their style of play? In 7s, Gareth Baber is a very good coach. I can't think of the coach right now for the 15s. Oh, Sami Karevi with a great run there, but he gets slammed down still. Tate McDermott, left-hand side. Fiji's coach, unfortunately, went into that game against Uruguay not prepared, and that's my biggest problem with him. Right-hand side here, Wallabies get this ball just outside the 40. Inside the 40, sorry. That's going to be a penalty to the All Blacks. We're not playing well here, the Wallabies. We're not playing well like we did in the first 2 games. We're not playing well. Macapaca says, well, Jordan amazes me. I hate the Crusaders since they're so good, but he's my favourite Crusader. I think people are really underestimating this Fiji and Drua team going forward, though, because they don't realise that Fiji will play a literal full team of 15s team in that club. Guys says, is New Zealand good at any other sport but union? they're decent at some forms of cricket. I think they're good at one days in cricket, aren't they? Obviously, they're decent in league, but obviously still not at Kangaroo standards. Wallabies are like the Kangaroos are like the All Blacks, and the Wallabies are very similar to the Kiwis in regards to what do you call it? Is it the New Zealand Kiwis? No, what is it? The New Zealand team in the rugby league? I can't think of the name. Harry Jones says Makapaka. Will Jordan is Mako scary. Will Jordan is a great player, man. Oscar versus Cricket League. I wouldn't really say league, man. League. The Kiwis are very similar to the Wallabies in this sense. Like Wallabies have won before, Kiwis have won before, but they're not really a big competition when it comes to the big scheme of things. Obviously, league didn't even make the final the last time we played in the World Cup. So All Blacks here, left hand side here, but cricket in some forms of cricket, absolutely. And rowing, they're very good. That's a turnover. That's a great turnover here by the Wallabies. Wow, Banks has had a good game so far. Banks has had a good game. And they're going to get outside the 22 here, the Australians. Alan Latoa. Australia have to score next if they want any chance of coming back in this game. They have to score next if they've got any chance of coming back in this game. Lifestyle says league is not really popular in New Zealand. It's all a union. And? Point? What's your point? Union's not that popular in Australia, so what's your point? It used to be until they destroyed it. And now private schools are actually leaning more towards rugby league than union. So it's the same thing with rugby league in New Zealand. So I don't even understand the argument here. But the All Blacks will catch that ball there very nicely, and they're inside their own half. They're going to run this ball out to the right-hand side here. That's a brilliant... Oh, that's an unbelievable run. Oh, man, that was brilliant. You just have to really watch and enjoy what we just saw from the All Blacks just then. Right-hand side here. They're going to be 10 metres out. They're going to score a try here, the All Blacks. They're just rolling through this right now. And... it's going to get taken on the sideline. Throws it forward anyway, so it will be Wallabies. Defence, again, comes through nicely. A netball is a good one. No, Oscar Burke, no on football. Football, no, bro. Soccer, no, bro. No, get out. Get out of here with that shit. Get out with that shit. Lifestyle says, my point is why New Zealand League team is not that good. Same with Oz Union team is not popular. Well, Oz Union team is good, and New Zealand League team is good. It's not the most popular, but they are also very good. New Zealand's still the second best team, or second, or third, or fourth. Tonga and England make a shout. I'd say New Zealand's better than... I would honestly put Tonga second, New Zealand third, but I think Tonga is a bit overrated going into next year's World Cup. And England fourth, because I just don't like England's style of rugby league, to be completely fair to you, and I don't think they do well. Hooper's come out here. Damn it, man. We can't win this game. Oscar Burks is taking the piece 100 in the world. Are New Zealand 100th in the world in football? That's... No way. Surely they're not 100th in the world in soccer, to make it easier for people to understand. Jack says, I thought the Reds were the best team out of everyone. They were out of the Australian teams. But that was the Australian competition where you saw the Reds only play the Brumbies, the Western Force, the Waratahs, and the Rebels. The Waratahs are horrific. The Western Force are new and also not great. The Rebels aren't great. And the Brumbies are the only other team competitive, and they obviously competed against them and beat them just. It was a good final. But then there's also the Super Rugby Aotearoa competition, which only has the Blues, the Chiefs, the Crusaders, the Highlanders, and the Hurricanes. And anyway, so the Crusaders won that, and then they merged the two, Australia versus Aotearoa, and all 5 New Zealand teams finished above all 5 Australian teams. Reds finished in 6th, but the fact that the Australian teams all finished below the likes of the Highlanders and the Hurricanes, who have not been good in recent years, was crazy. It was crazy. Oh, that's going to be a penalty here for Australia. Maybe no, Valentini is going to bring that ball out. He gets the ball away to Karevi, and Karevi here 10 minutes out. Like I said, guys, Australia have to be the next team to score. If they do not score next, it is literally just going to be diabolical. That kick's not great. It's going to be a penalty here to Australia, I think. Maybe. It's going to be 7 black offside, so penalty to Australia. We needed that. Lifestyle says that Barrett try was one of the best I've seen. That Barrett try was a nice try, yeah. Paul Henry says All Blacks getting better every game. Bring on the box. I think they've been clean here, but but the Wallabies' defence has been good. Just the attack has really been lacklustre from the Wallabies here. It really is coming down to the fact that the Wallabies don't have a good attack, but they have a solid defence. All Blacks have still crunched through from time to time, but South Africa versus the All Blacks is going to be fantastic to witness. By the way, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're on your end here, and please do me a favour, go to the Rugby Down Under podcast on Spotify, the pinned comment in the chat, and go and give us a follow every single Wednesday, 5 p.m. AEST, 7 p.m. New Zealand time, and 9 a.m. South African time. We do post a new hour and a half to an hour and 50 podcast. We talk about literally everything international rugby and domestic rugby and whatnot. We have a good time there. We've got Johnny Dyer coming on very soon. We've got a couple of other podcasters coming on. And it's very good, myself and the Kiwi lads. So if you want an Australian perspective and a Kiwi perspective in the same game, same podcast, then that's the one for you. So go and follow the Rugby Down Under podcast on there. But that's a great catch there from Connor Betty. Ooh, got him Betty. Yeah. McDermott here, right-hand side. Here's a good chance here for the Wallabies. Kicks it through. And there's a good play back there for Barrett, though. Oh, man, that was good. Oh, is that going to stay in the field? No. That's going to be a terrible kick there. So it's going to be All Blacks giving away a nice little opportunity here for the Wallabies. 22 metres out, but I don't like that Michael Hooper is off. Xavier Brown says, I feel like if we get the World Cup in 2027, that will do bits for Rugby Australia. What will do bits for Rugby Australia is not tanking every single goddamn game, right? And not getting flogged in this game. Not getting flogged in this game and competing in that France versus Australia series did really wonders. But then we had a lot of flogs talking shit about C team and shit who have no idea what they're talking about. And that's what we spoke about that on the Rugby Down Under podcast. Anyone who says C team shit, you're an idiot. They're going to come over the top here. Australia inside the attack on 22. McDermott goes left hand side here. Wallabies with a really good chance. That's a great defensive tackle there from the All Blacks. And the All Blacks defensively in this game have been very, very solid. McDermott here just outside the 22. Right hand side they're going to go here. And the Wallabies now. Swinton, that's penalty. Penalty advantage here. Penalty advantage. It's going to be penalty. So we might. I don't think we go for the 3, to be honest with you. I don't think we do. It'll be 30-3. That'll be 10 points different. Surely not. I think we have to go for the try at this point. James Slipper is our captain right now because obviously Hooper is gone for the game. Macapaka says, that's why when we went to the Football World Cup in 2010, didn't lose a game. It was massive news here. We draw with Italy, who had won the World Cup in 2006. Like, yes, but you also didn't win. Like you didn't lose. You did win. You didn't make it through the group stages. You didn't go to the finals. But in the same sense, give them credit. They did obviously draw with Italy, the cheating scum dogs. We drew with Italy in 2006 too, the dogs. Don't start me on that game. Lifestart says, I wonder if stadiums will ever be packed to capacity, even if people are allowed. COVID has people too scared to join massive events. I think when everyone's starting to get these vaccinations and whether you believe in vaccinations or not, when they start allowing people with vaccinations in, people will feel comfortable and they'll go. This isn't going to be getting into politics, so please, no one give it their opinion in the politics in the chat. Bradley Haladoni says, do you think the All Black team is better than or the 1989 team who went from 87 to 90 without losing? Man, I wasn't alive then. You know, I was born in 94, so I can't really give you a real solid opinion on this, but I don't think this All Black team was anywhere near as good as the team that was through the 2010s. I think the 2010s All Black team was way better than this team, so that might answer your question if you think that the 89 team was better than this. But the Wallabies here... Oh, he's going to miss it. Hello? If Noah Alessio ever takes a kick for us again, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. This guy has just missed a kick from right in front. This guy is dead set. I don't want him to ever kick. I don't want this guy to ever kick. I don't want this guy to ever kick ever again. Don't ever let Noah Alessio kick for us again. He literally, arguably, lost us the game in Game 1. Game 2, he continued to miss kicks. And now Alessio has missed a kick from literally right in front for an easy 3-pointer. I can't believe that. So now I'm at a loss to explain how you missed that. Like, what are you doing, dude? Stop giving the ball for him to go for it. Like, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Stop giving him the ball. He sucks. Oh, that's a bullshit penalty there. Give us the penalty. He's thrown a boot at Connor Betty's head. He's thrown a boot at Connor Betty's head. How is that not a penalty? They're going to say penalty. This should be a yellow card here. This should be a yellow card. I can't believe he didn't call this for ages. That absolutely should be a yellow card here. He's literally kicked him in the face here. He's literally kicked him in the face here. Like, what do you mean? He's literally kicked him in the face. That's a yellow card here. Victor Marshall says Cooper would have kicked that. Mate, I could have kicked that. You could have kicked that. Anyone could have kicked that. That's absolutely a yellow card here. This should absolutely be a yellow card here. There's no way that you're going to deem that accidental, mate. There's no way you have your foot up that high. Oh, to be fair, it's not deliberate, but in the same sense, he has kicked him in the head there. That should be a yellow card here. It's not a red card. It should be a yellow card here. there's no way that it's not deliberate. It's not deliberate, but you shouldn't have your kick up there. It's a dangerous play. It's a yellow card for sure. Crazy. The last time that the Kiwis did get a red card, by the way, was actually at Perth a couple of years back. 15 black. Here we go. So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Let's see. Yellow card. Red card. Oh my God, it's a red card. Ooh, it's a red card. The All Blacks have lost Geordie Barrett for the game. The All Blacks have lost Geordie Barrett for the game. This is massive. Geordie Barrett, red card for the game. I was expecting a yellow. I can understand the red, but I don't agree with it. It's direct contact with the head, though, foot, and he kicks him in the face. I get it. I do. I get it. James, this is Toby Green. But this is a send-off. He's gone. Yeah, Macapaka, you're right. I'm all over the shop. Sometimes I've got to remember that I'm in a rugby union stream, not a rugby league stream, because I go directly from rugby union to rugby league to rugby union, which is what I've done here. So I've got to remember the rules are here different here, and direct contact with the head, it's a red. Yeah. Craig Lewis says, might even give you guys a chance. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Don't get too ahead of yourself there, Craig, mate. Don't get too ahead of yourself. But, hopefully, I'll take it. Paul Henry says that's bullshit, Aussie ref. So, no, it's not bullshit, Paul. So, basically, it's gone dead. Oh, man. So, this is the thing, Craig. Don't get ahead of yourself. It's going to be a 22 scrum. That's shocking. But no, Paul. So basically, direct contact with the head, any factor will result in a red card. I personally think that should be a yellow, but I think they've tried out. Actually, I don't think it's out for the game here. I don't think this is out for the game here. Didn't they add a new rule? And we spoke about this in the Rugby Down Under podcast. Pin comment, follow it. I think we spoke about it. Isn't this a 20-minute red card, and then they get to bring somebody else back on, but not Geordie Barrett? Yeah, 20 minutes. Yeah, they are. I'm right. So he's not gone for the rest of the game. So Geordie Barrett cannot play for the rest of the game, but they will bring another player in 20 minutes later. So basically, guys, there's a new rule that is in the game of Rugby Union. Now, we spoke about this, and this is why you have to follow the Rugby Down Under podcast on Spotify. The new rule is this red card, they'll be down for 14 men for the next 20 minutes, or 17 minutes, but Geordie Barrett can't come back on, but somebody else will come back on for him. So, there we go, guys. So that you understand, there will be a player that comes back on for the All Blacks later on. It's going to be a penalty here to the All Blacks anyway. So, back there. Macapaka says, nah, Paul's not bullshit. Geordie lifted his leg direct to the head. Paul Henry says, well, game is even now, 14 versus 15. Mate, it's not even yet, mate. Send another player off for the All Blacks, and then we might have a chance. Maybe. Tumakamach says, deserved for red, it's dangerous. Yeah, fair enough. Kyle Rain says that's not a red. It's direct contact with the head, and he kicks him in the head. So it is, but it's soft, but it is because the new rules. Any kind of direct contact with the head is a red card. So unfortunately, as much as you may not like it, you may disagree with it, it is technically the right call. But because the new rule, you will still see it go back to 15 on 15, 20 in about 15 minutes. Jackson, so a red card isn't the same as rugby league centre. It used to be until now. This is the first game that's being used. Lake Show says head kick, absolutely. Harry Jones says everyone apart from Hurricane fans love this jerk Barrett. So All Blacks here are going to be just outside the 22. Kyle Rain, it's not harsh. Any direct contact with the head is a red. There is no argument about it. So All Blacks here, they're going to lose that. It's going to be a knock on, and the Wallabies are going to get the ball here off the line up. Let's go. We needed that. So it's going to be a scrum feed here to the Aussies. Kramer says, nothing like Kung Fu and Union. Paul Henry says, play Tiddlywinks then. So that's the thing, man. You can comment like that all you like. You can insult the game all you like. You can say how stupid it is all you like, because it is. It's very soft, but it's also the rules now. So you just have to move on, man. You just have to get off. Like, if this was with the Wallabies, do you know why the rules come in, by the way? This rule, in regards to this red card rule, has come in because of the Wallabies-West France game, where Cotobetti got sent off for literally bullshit. And we suffered for the next 75 minutes. Still won the game against France, mind you, but Cotobetti got sent off for it. So now they changed the rules, so there's a red card for the 20 minutes. Lake Show says any shot to the head, either shoulder or leg, is a red card. There you go. Tested Aussie says, what happens if Oz wins? It'll be good. We need it, because obviously with the Rugby Championship, we haven't won a game yet. We've only played one game, Rugby Championship. But if we win this game, it'd be very good for our Rugby Championship, considering that we're going to play South Africa in our next, because I think the All Blacks play the Argentines first. Hooper's coming back here, baby. Hooper's coming back. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Michael Hooper's back. Let's go. Let's go, baby. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Liam Gallows is where can I watch it? I think it's on free to wear right now, 9GM. But obviously, listen to me, commentate. But yeah, obviously the best is to listen to me and watch the game live so you can interact with the commentary. Jogan Sports says, I respect Barrett for just going off instead of arguing. He didn't really. He didn't really respect the decision, but at the same time, he did just kind of walk off. Mevedo says, just something am I hidden from the channel? No, mate. Johnson says, no, sometimes Nightbot times. No, I think it's because I wasn't responding to his comments. Man, like, you're talking about the Titans. This isn't a Titans stream, so we'll talk about NRL and an NRL channel. That's why I'm not responding to it. There's plenty of rugby league videos that I do that we can talk about that. But McDermott here. Oh, Tatey McDermott. Nice little play there. Gets outside the 40 here. On our own side of the field, Kellaway gets the ball left-hand side. Kellaway's been pretty good recently. Karevi gets to the 40 on the All Black side of the field. There's a penalty advantage here for the Wallabies as well. Left-hand side here, McDermott gets it off here to Ikitau, sorry, not Likitau. And that's going to be a turnover here unless he gets that ball away. No, he does get the ball away here. Tate McDermott, right-hand side. Oh, good pass. Oh, Swain. But that was nice. Swinton there not to knock that ball on. And it's going to be a penalty advantage here to Australians. Oh, geez, what's going on here in the breakdown? Timmy Camacho, that's a good new rule with the red card. It is a good new rule. So it will be a penalty advantage here to Australia. We'll get the ball back at the halfway line. It would have been a turnover there, which is not great. Batman says, come Aussie, please win this. I am done with seeing the All Blacks with so much. It's killing rugby. Rugby's been dead in Australia for a long way. But for us fans, I still watch it regardless, man. I will still watch the game regardless, and I'll still support my boys regardless. But obviously, yeah, I would love the Aussies to win. I think a lot of All Blacks fans... I think a lot of them say they want to see Australia do well and win so that it gets more competitive, but in the same sense, when the time actually comes, Australia does turn the new leaf and does become competitive again, they'll be like, oh, hold on a second, I don't want this, I want the All Blacks to keep winning. What was my score prediction for this match? I said 35-30, the Wallabies, but that's because I'm always going to back in the Wallabies, man. And our defense has been pretty good recently, and it's been good this game too, to be fair. We've only given up 13 points in the first, 33 minutes. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. But the Wallabies here, at the 40, they're going to go left-hand side here to Samu Karevi, and Karevi here gets inside the 40 on the All Black side of the field. Left-hand side here, Tate McDermott gets the ball on the inside. Oh my God, nearly got... Oh, geez, we're away here. We're just outside the 22 there. Swinton with the ball. McDermott, right-hand side, nearly broke away. Gets the offload away to McDermott. McDermott here. McDermott's taken underneath, and he's getting taken down right now. Just inside the 22. This is the chance for the Wallabies right now with that man advantage for the next 14 minutes. Right-hand side here. Gives it off to Valentini. Valentini back on the inside here. Oh, but he threw the ball to the All Blacks. And he threw the ball to the All Blacks. And that's the silly mistakes that the Wallabies continue to do, man. They just continue to do it. And the All Blacks are going to try and go on the counter here through David Havili. Havili goes to the right-hand side here. And poor defense here from the Wallabies. But the All Blacks are going to get this ball out to the 22. It's going to be Bowden Barrett. Barrett here, left-hand side. And, oh, geez, Ioane nearly got away there, but he gets taken down just outside the 22. It should be turnover here. Turnover. No, he can't get it. It will be still All Blacks ball here. And now it's going to be Barrett. Barrett's he's tried to step on the inside. Taken down there. And nice little ruck there from the All Blacks strong. And it's going to be easy take there for the Wallabies to stop them just outside the 22. Oh, nearly lost that ball. I think the All Blacks are probably going to kick this one, but in the same sense, they're just wasting valuable time here. They're wasting valuable time for the Wallabies with this red card. So it's very good. The All Blacks are just holding the ball now, just nicely moving through their phases and not losing the ball, not giving the ball back to the Wallabies here. And they're going to break away here. He gets the offload away. And the big man gets it off. Oh, jeez, look at this. They're just rolling through. Even with the man disadvantage here, the All Blacks are just killing it. Over the top here, and that's going to be... Oh, that's going to be knocked on there from the All Blacks. So it's going to be advantage here for the Wallabies. But they get the left-hand side here, and the Wallabies are going to be away here. The Wallabies can get away here. It gets the ball back to Connor Betty. Connor Betty here. Connor Betty. Oh, gets the ball away. Oh, my God, they're away. They're away. Noah Alessio gets the ball on the inside here. There's a chance here for the Wallabies. They're just outside the 22. Gets the ball out to the left-hand side here. Oh, Ikitau taken down just about 10 metres out here from the All Blacks line. Big chance here for the Wallabies. Big chance here for the Wallabies. Be quick. Be quick. Here we go. Big chance here for the Wallabies. 10 metres out here from the line. The Wallabies pushing. Latoa. Penalty advantage here for the Wallabies too. Surely they score right now. They kick the ball across here. It's a one-on-one battle in the air. Oh, it's going to be a knock-on, but it will be a penalty advantage here for the Wallabies. So the Wallabies will get the ball here. Tracking down and says, I do like how union players just accept the decision of the ref and just get on with the game. League players should take note. Absolutely. Justin Sutherland says, A-League have potential, just poor management. Absolutely. But we talk about that all the time. Absolutely. Tumakamach says, as an All Black supporter, I can't wait for the Aussies to rise to the top again. Yeah, you say that until they do, though. You say that until they do. But guys, 36 minutes gone here. Let's go and hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new around here. We're on 42 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes before the end of the game, or before the end of the half here. Hit that thumbs up button, and obviously hit that big old red subscribe button. Gooseberg says, how was the scoring done in this? 5 points per a try, 2 points for a conversion, 3 points for a penalty, 3 points for a field goal. Antonio, how good, mate? How good? You can go and watch my stream. You can see how I reacted, man. Oh, man, I lost my shit at Warriors fans, bruh. I lost my shit at Warriors fans when Matty Lodge and Buddy Old, mate. How good, Antonio? How bloody good? Justin Sutherland said, but I think Union is just bigger than the A-League in its current... Union will always be bigger than the A-League. Union will always be bigger than football in Australia. Magapaka says, Wallabies love a 3 points. Well, they don't, Macapaka, because we missed our kick. Takiaho will come out here for Cody Taylor, by the way. Gooseberg says, sweet, thank you, bro. How are you, by the way? Mate, Titans made the 8. I'm bloody fantastic, brother. I'm fantastic. Even if we lose this game, I'm still pretty over the moon, mate. But obviously, I want the Wallabies to come back and win this, the bad boy. I want the Wallabies to come back and try and take a sneaky little win here, but it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, but the Wallabies here from about 10 metres out here from the line. They're going to go for the line out. Interesting. If he kicks this ball dead, I'm going to cry. But no, it's a good kick. Yeah, the crowd cheered there because he actually kicked it without going over the dead ball line. Yeah. Macapacus Wallabies love 3 point. Shake says Nick Me double. He's killing it. But the Wallabies here. Oh, Valentini. Oh, don't knock the ball on, please. Don't knock a ball on, please. They're still pushing. They're still pushing. They're still pushing. They're still pushing. Try. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Oh, this is a try. This is a try here for the Wallabies. I think this is a try here for Conabetti. I don't think anyone knew where the ball was, but I think this is a try here. I think this is a try here. So now we're going to see here if he pushes through, and that's a try. That's a try. But how does he get to that final lunge there? That's after he's got it down, so that's fine. So I want to see this over again, though. Does Conabetti lunge further, or what happens here? That was a brilliant line out there, pushing through. That's a try. That's just a try. That's it. That's a simple try here for the Wallabies. There's no way. He's not been tackled there. But he's not been tackled, though. That's a try. What? But now they can see what's wrong with it. He's not been tackled, though. Am I wrong here? A penalty to the All Blacks here. Am I wrong here in this ruling? Ethan Tilly says Tiger's getting flogged. Cool. So they're going to say no try here. They're going to say penalty to the All Blacks. So because he's crawling. Doesn't tell us did the ball touch the ground. No, apparently if you're... Because he's... But I didn't see him get tackled. But I'm confused. Doesn't tell us it's double movement thing. And you're not really... Kind of. It's not the same as league. It's a difficult ruling what that is called. It's not a normal ruling. It's not a normal ruling there. Ethan Blackadder comes on for Artie Sarve, by the way. Interesting. They're taking off Artie Sarve. But yeah, I don't really know how to call that one. They've said that it's a double movement or whatnot. And they've said that he's promoted the ball. That's fine. Whatever. I don't really care. But yeah, interesting. Tume Kumwach says, not wrong. Ref got it wrong. I just don't think he got tackled, though. I didn't see him get tackled is my question. But then again, I might be wrong about this ruling here. So the All Blacks are going to... That's a nice line out there from the All Blacks. Something that we've never seen from the Wallabies ever. In a good 15 years anyway, 10 years. So All Blacks here. Oh, that's a good counter ruck there. That's a good counter ruck here. And this is going to be a turnover here, maybe. This might be a turnover here. No, really good work there from the All Blacks to keep this ball here. And now they're going to kick this one away. And it's going to be Conabetti. Good run by Conabetti. That's 2 tries he's scored in this game, by the way, that have been taken away from him. 2 tries in this game. It's going to be penalty to the All Blacks. This referee loves the All Blacks, doesn't he? Thank you very much to Josh Cook for the $5 donation. He says, how good was the Titans game? Was it the games? Got home, up the Titans. Yeah, good stuff, man. Obviously, you can go and check out my stream. I did stream it. I did stream my entire reaction, but thank you very much for the $5 dono. Michael Packers, they must have seen a hand on the ground, meaning a tackle since his knees are on the ground. Yeah, but unless they're saying that the rolling maul was... I just realised I'm really sweaty on me. That's probably from the Titans game. Maybe because they're saying the rolling maul is classed as a tackle, and then he can't go underneath the rolling maul. Maybe? I'm not sure. To be much, is it still a drive and ref did get it wrong? Yeah, I think it's wrong. I think it was a drive and he didn't get tackled. Who am I? Says here we go with the referee. No. The All Blacks are killing us right now. Well, they're not killing us. We're doing actually pretty well, but no, we're genuinely... See, this is a flawed comment because we're just genuinely trying to figure out what the calling was there. Are you watching the game? Because this is genuine confused. It's confusing because he didn't get tackled and he crawled and no one had tackled him, so that's why we're asking the question. But if you want to be a piece of shit, that's your choice, man. You're a flog. That's fine. It's not me. So All Blacks here, we're going to be 10 metres out. Well, who am I? Says I hope Wallabies win. Well, clearly you don't, mate, because you just come in here with a stupid comment as if like we're having a go at the referee when no one is having a go at the referee. And the All Blacks are going to score a try here anyway. All Blacks are going to score a try here whilst they've got a red card. So it's going to be 20-0 here to the All Blacks. But I just think that that was a try there for the Wallabies, which is I disagree with. But that's too easy of a try there for the All Blacks. Just too easy. It's just too easy there for the All Blacks there. But I am very confused in how that was a no try. And the commentary is saying it was an easy no try, so I must be wrong. Someone must be wrong here. We must not know the rule here. There must be a specific rule in regards to that. There must be a rule there that we aren't aware of. So the All Blacks there score a try. Oh, we saw a bit of bum action there. But yeah, the All Blacks are going to score a try, even though we've had even though the All Blacks do have a card. Remember that says not the best defense from us. Yeah, it wasn't great. Paul Henry says 14 men too. You know, we're aware, man. If you're trying to get me upset, I'm not going to get upset, man. I'm very well aware of what happens with Australian rugby. If you listen to the Rugby Down Under podcast, man, you'd know all about my thoughts. Jason Sylvester, I thought both Wallabies tries were tries. I think the first try was a forward pass, mate. I do. The first try was a forward pass, but that try then I think was a try. Macabaka says, try right before halftime is what we pride ourselves on. Aussies did it to us last game. Yeah, I was about to say we did it to you guys last game, but yeah. And Douglas Wall says, all I should shut up you with the Bledisloe now scored after a stupid call. Well, there's nothing wrong with the try that the All Blacks have scored. You've got to remember this. There is nothing wrong with the try the All Blacks have just scored. But I don't think that the no try should happen for Australia. That's the question mark here. But it is half time and it's 18-0 to New Zealand. I can't see the Wallabies coming back from this. But in the same sense, seeing crazy things, Australia have had 2 times over the line. 2 of them called no tries. I think the first one was a legitimate no try with a forward pass and potentially even a penalty they missed. But I definitely think in regards to that last try, that was definitely a try. So very interesting. Jason Sylvester, did you think it was a red card? At the time, I was like a bit harsh. But then again, the ruling is any contact to the head is a red card. But the red card is a difference. The red card is the red card nowadays isn't the same red card as we're used to. There's a player that will come back in about 10 minutes' time, and it'll be 15 on 15 again. But it just means that Geordie Barrett won't be coming back onto the game. Geordie Barrett won't be playing again. Paul Henry says, to be fair, the All Blacks look more fired up. The All Blacks do look more fired up, and it's really odd, man. It's really odd that Australia still can't seem to get themselves up, even with a red card advantage. But guys, 5 likes away from 50. Let's hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and obviously subscribe if you are new around here. Mevin says the NRL finals. Brother, stop asking about NRL finals, please. NRL, please. NRL Noah says, I prefer Will Harrison over Lalesio. Well, the thing is, man, we should have been 13-3 down. It should have been 13-3 because Lalesio missed a kick from right in front. Like, Lalesio should never kick for us. We need to get a different kicker than Lalesio. I don't care if Simon Korevi kicks. Like, Lalesio cannot kick for us. And it's beyond a joke, to be honest with you, mate. It's beyond a joke in regards to our kicking here. I'm really sick of seeing players missing kicks for us. Last year it was Reece Hodge. This year it's Noah Lalesio. Why can't we find a simple guy who can make a kick? Surely the entire 15 players on our team are better kickers than Noah. 14 players besides Noah Lalesio are better kickers than him because he always misses every kick. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Last year, we cost 3 games because of Reece Hodge on his own boot. We win the Rugby Tri-Nations last year if he knows how to kick a goddamn ball and not miss 2 penalties. 1 penalty in the first Argentina game, another penalty in the second Argentina game from right the goddamn in front, 40 metres out. There's not a great deal of wind in Sydney. There's not a great deal of wind over there. So you can't blame the wind. You can blame the wind over there in Wellington for the game too last year that he also cost us by missing a kick. But every year it's the same issue. We don't have a good kicker. I don't care who we get, but we need somebody who can kick the goddamn ball. Ethan Tilly says, Justin Sullivan says in our file, Medvedev says, do we normally play like this against New Zealand? Absolutely. We haven't beaten New Zealand in the Bledisloe Cup since 20 years ago, mate. The last time we won the Bledisloe Cup was 2003 or 2001, or I don't know, man. You get over talking about that Bledisloe bloody Cup here as Australians. But no, man, it's so shit. This is the same problem every single year, and no one's addressing it. I don't understand why no one is addressing anything. Why is Australia not addressing this issue and just continuously utilising Noah goddamn Alessio? Is Noah Alessio a good ball player? I think he's one of our better players in the number 10 role. But regards to kicking, I would honestly rather a 6-year-old have a crack at that goal. Jimmy Bill says every other nation seems to have good goal kickers. Mate, look, Rugby Union has good kickers. Rugby Union has significant kickers, man. Every team has a good kicker because it's really look, to be honest with you, man, I'm a person who sits here and watches games, whatnot. Cool, okay, you can say, oh, you couch potato, couch coach, whatever. I don't care. You can insult me if you like, but I'm telling you right now, it's not that hard to get these kicks. It really isn't that hard. You see in the rugby league, most players get kicks. You see in the rugby union, you should be honestly not getting anywhere below 70-75% minimum. Truly, just minimum. Until he says we aren't addressing it because we just gave up. No, we have not given up, and this is a ridiculous thing that I've seen multiple times in this stream. We have not given up, and we will not give up. But they really need to be a lot better. And the thing is that the All Blacks are going to continue to put scores through us if we don't address these little situations. Timmy Kamach says, I don't understand what you're doing, Ethan. Timmy Kamach says, I think rugby should look for kickers at Aussie rule games. They got mean kicking tips. Not really, though, because that's a different style of kick. That's a punt. We're not talking about punting here. We're talking about kicking and conversions. Punting, we got fine. Punting is fine. Kicking the ball in the field is actually usually fine. It's the conversion taking and the penalty taking that's the problem. It's got nothing to do with the actual kicking on the infield. There's no way you look at AFL. AFL is a completely different style. Crazy New Zealand says, what's with Barrett's and red cards? Yeah, man, it's always over in Perth, eh? Was it Barrett last time in Perth as well when they got the red card where Australia went on to win? But obviously that was a red card for the rest of the game. Jimmy Bill says, Aussies never give up. There's a difference between giving up and not being good enough. Exactly right. We're just simply not good enough. And the New Zealanders have warmed into the rugby this year. Usually they start off pretty poor and they really power home. And they did start off relatively poor and realistically won that game based on the fact that Noah Alessio missed literally all of his kicks. But they were still better than us in that game too. Xavier Brown said, if the league and AFL was not a sport, well, would Australia be winning World Cups and we would beat the All Blacks? I would argue it. Absolutely, I would agree. I would absolutely agree. If there was no league and there was no AFL, even if you take one of those out, Australia then would focus obviously on union, and they'd be able to put a lot more funding, and a lot more support, and a lot more player development, and a lot more. But this is a real random kind of comment because league and AFL will always be there to take it away, and realistically, the Australians did it to themselves by only going to private schools, and now private schools are also tending to lean with rugby league. Harry Jones, NRL versus union kickers. Daniel Carter versus Jonathan Thurston. I think you'd find that the general consensus of union kickers are better than the general consensus of league kickers. League kickers don't have to kick as much as union kickers, so union kickers have a lot more practice. League kickers only, obviously, they'll take a penalty from right in front, or they'll convert the try. In union, you'll convert the try, but you'll also take a penalty from right in front, from 50 out, from the wing, 50 out on the wing. You'll take it from anywhere. So you have to be a better kicker in union. How is unions for private schools? Not anymore, it's not. And that's the problem Australia's finding again. They went to private school back in 2003 or the early 2000s and said, we're going to go only with the private school. Private schools are starting to lean with league, if you look at the stats. But I'm going to speak to Hamish, the Kiwi lads, on the Rugby Down Under podcast about this on Wednesday, so definitely tune in. Macapaka says, I would go Dan Carter only because union players kick from all around. League players normally only kick conversions. That's what I'm saying. They only kick conversions or a penalty from right in front, 20 metres out. Usually you wouldn't see a penalty normally like that. But when it comes to... you wouldn't see a penalty from the wing or whatnot. But when it comes to union, as we've seen in this game, Bowden Barrett obviously had to kick one from the left-hand side. By the way, why is Richie Mwanga not playing here today? Harry Jones Barrett's such a dirty player, bro. He has been for years. Joseph plays Tigers, losing the Bulldogs. Cool, man. Don't care. Crazy Neil says that looked like the easiest kick out of all 3 games that he still missed. I know. That's the thing. It was the easiest kick, man. It was an easy kick. Like, it was not a hard kick. And it's like, Rennie can come out and defend him all he likes, but like Rennie, you gotta not defend that shit. You really can't defend that shit because that is absolutely unacceptable to be missing that kick. It's absolutely unacceptable to be missing that kick. Nick says Aussie rules is also getting traction in Union Heartlands of Sydney, North Shore, and Eastern Suburbs. Yeah, but it's still rugby league central. New South Wales and Queensland are always going to be rugby league, man. But in the same sense, yes, they would be gaining traction in regards to, especially with the Swannies, I guess. But I would still Union is in Sydney is definitely played more around the suburbs, around the eastern suburbs. I think you said that, didn't you? Union Heartlands of Sydney with North Shore and eastern suburbs. Yeah, the wealthier areas. That's what I'm saying. Private school. Crazy New Zealand said Richie Wong another. Oh yeah, the birth of his children. That's right. I forgot about that. Jack says Munster or Tedesco would have got that kick. Literally, I would have got that kick, mate. I would have got that kick. I don't know how to kick. I do know how to kick, but not to a professional standard. But I would have got that kick. Mate, Junior Paulite would have got that kick. Mate, buddy, anyone, you would have got that kick. Justin Sutherland says, I only watched the AFL Grand Final. Yeah, most people only do. Ethan Tilley says, stop just talking about league. This is Union. We are talking about Union. No one's talking about league here. Hawaii says, Union don't the characters like the league do. Yeah, but do you really... It's like, okay, cool. You want the characters. I would rather... Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I would rather the Wallabies win than the Kangaroos. I would take the Kangaroos losing the next 10 years to watch the Wallabies win 1 World Cup. I would take the next 10 World Cups of Rugby League of losing to see the Wallabies win 1 Rugby Union World Cup. I'll say that right now. It's going to be a massive moment when the Wallabies one day do get better. But obviously, we're still waiting. We are still waiting. Mo says, Bulldogs push for the 8 with this game. You shit. Zay Brownie says, what's one? No. Harry Jones says, my 5-year-old son would get that over. Absolutely. But we're still waiting for the second half. I don't know how the second half's going to go. Honestly, we could get pumped. We could get pumped. We could win. Shit, man. I don't know. I don't know about this game, to be completely fair. This game we could honestly get raucous. There's still probably about 8 minutes left here of the man in the bin, though, for... It's still obviously, about 8 minutes left here of the man in the bin. Harry Jones, maybe it says, realistically, it might be... guys, we're definitely not talking about AFL if we're not talking about rugby league, guys. Come on, man. Jeez. This is just so shit to watch, because it's just like every week, every time the Wallabies do this, every time they give you hope, because they looked not bad last week, they looked not bad. They looked pretty good for 45 minutes the other week. They did. Hawaii is the only character I heard of from Union is Honey Badger. There is quite a few characters in the Northern Hemisphere and also South Africa. There's no real, especially in Australia, there's no real kind of characters in the 15s team. I think it's because if there was a character, the media would hound on them. The media would really, really hound on them. And the media hounds them enough. So if there's a character, you can't be a character in a team that's not good. You can't be a character in a team that is in 7th position after this game on the World Rugby rankings. They go down to 7th, but behind Argentina. Do I think Argentina is better than Australia? Oh, no, but we'll find out in a couple of weeks' time when we play them. Sammy Sue says, Wallabies are asking for a pumping if Alessio doesn't get a grip after wasting the extra man advantage. Alessio, honestly, man, I'm really sick of the bloke. I really am. I'm sick of the bloke. Cooper Brown, did you say rugby union popular in northern beaches and eastern suburbs? Yeah, northern beaches and eastern suburbs, absolutely. The Manly area, absolutely around the Bondi area, and that Woollahra kind of that area, eastern suburbs. Yeah, rugby union is incredibly popular because it's a wealthy area with a lot of private school kids, and private school obviously is very significant in regards to the amount of kids going through the sport because that's where they drive them through. Magapakis, I feel like the All Blacks are so media trained they aren't allowed to be characters like you said, BKR. Yeah, exactly right. Well, the All Blacks is different. The All Blacks are media trained, and the All Blacks are very professional. I think with the Wallabies is different, though. The Wallabies isn't because of the media training. The Wallabies is because you can't have a character when your team is shit. You just can't. Like in league, I get it, it's different. But in union, you can't be a character in this Wallabies team right now because you're just going to continuously be slaughtered saying, why are you talking shit? Like, why are you laughing and having fun when your goddamn team is now about to lose 3 games in a row to start off this rugby season? You're going to go below Argentina in the rugby rankings, and man, like, get back to working on your own game. Get back to working on your goddamn game, because otherwise, I will personally on my streams, whatnot. I don't care if there's one person watching, 50 people watching, 100 people watching, 3,000 people watching. I will personally pick apart any Australian player who is here laughing at this result right now, because we're down 18-0 again. This is not the first time. Okay, cool, man. Like, what do you guys get goddamn paid for? This is very similar to what South Africa was like before 1995. South Africa were in a very tough time. They were very tough time. They were thinking about changing their name to bloody Proteas. We're in a bad situation. It's a really bad situation, and we can't do what South Africa did because we have too many sports that we care about in this country because we're multi-diverse, or what is it? Too much diversity in regards to sports. South Africa cares about the rugby union. New Zealand cares about the rugby union. If you notice, majority of places around the world only have one real solid sport that they really focus all their energy towards. Harry Jones, to be honest, that World Cup in 2015 was a great build-up, impressive game until Geordie's brother scored that try of the tournament. I was in Fiji that night. I didn't actually I watched it, but I was drunk out. I was plastered. I actually ended up going. I don't know if I should say this on my stream, but I went home with a New Zealand girl that night. It was actually it was a great night, but it was it was a funny night back in Fiji. We were plastered. Meldo says, when do you think the Wallabies will come back stronger to match news? Oh, bro, I get over answering that question because that question is just. It's not me having to go at you asking the question. This is just me hearing the same question for the last, however long, and just being like, I want to say now, I want to say next year, I want to say next week, I want to say in 3 weeks, I want to say in 2 years. I want to say, but I say all the time and nothing ever happens. Next, I'd like to see Australian Super Rugby teams actually stand a chance against Kiwis at least. I'm trying to figure out if that's an insult or not. I'm a Fijian Drua fan, so for me, obviously, Super Rugby would have to go through this. The Wallabies would have to go through Super Rugby, but in the same sense, they're getting rid of the Giddo law, which means that now if you're overseas, you can still play for Wallabies, which is good. That's a good start. You'll start seeing a lot more players who play overseas that deserve a spot in the Wallabies because they've just taken away because they want to see the Wallabies get better. As we spoke about in the Rugby Done on the podcast, actually it is half time, guys. I want you to go click on that link over there in the pinned comment. I want you to click on that. I want you to go and follow the Rugby Done on the podcast on Spotify every Wednesday, 5 p.m. AST, 7 p.m. New Zealand time, and South Africa at 9 a.m. We drop a new podcast and we talk and playing players. Dane Coles will be coming on actually in a couple of months as well. But yeah, we speak about it all the time. But look, I'm a Fijian Drua fan, man. So if Super Rugby teams don't want to do well, I don't really give a shit. I just want the Wallabies team to do well. Ben Case, Super Rugby needs to gain popularity in Australia in order for the Wallabies to be good. Not necessarily. Not with the Giddo law being removed. With the Giddo law being removed, not necessarily. But in the same sense, ideally, you'd want to see the Super Rugby evolve in Australia a lot better. The Waratahs are woeful. The Western Force are underdogs. But when I say underdogs, they're not going to usually win a lot of games because they just don't have the success behind them. We don't have the amount of talent in Australia anymore because the Rugby League and AFL, unfortunately, are able to take it away. But the Australians start off the ball with the second half here inside their own 40, or inside their own 22, sorry, McDermott, left-hand side. Harry Jones, Dane Coles even. Yes, Dane Coles. I spoke to him the other day. How are you? He says, on the news the other day, Tony Williams said that New Zealand depth is so good they could field 3 competitive teams. Of course it is, because they don't care about rugby league right now. That's why the Warriors suffer. They could honestly focus on both league and union and be successful, but they just simply do not. Because the All Blacks just want to really create a monopoly there. And they have created a monopoly. The monopoly in New Zealand is absolutely all All Blacks. I spoke to Tetaro Tahorerangi, who used to play for the All Blacks, played for the Māori All Blacks. He's playing in Japan right now, I believe. He was on the podcast, and man, I spoke to him. He had a contract with League, and then Union snapped him up. And he didn't even really play a long career in New Zealand. But he got that contract because the League, they didn't want League having him. Jack says, is Lalesio the guy who missed the keeper right in front? Yes, Jack, that is Lalesio. That is Lalesio, but the All Blacks will have the ball here. Harry Jones says he should be Captain Coles if he was fit. Huge fan. Yeah, man. Well, we're going to be speaking to him on the podcast probably later on in this year. And that's going to be... Oh, Wallabies going to get the ball here off the bad lineup from the... Oh, bro, don't tell me that was a knock-on. No, thank God. Oh, Corabetti nearly broke through there. Taken down just inside their own 40. Oh, it's going to be a turnover. Lazy from Australia. Lazy, lazy, lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy Australia. Sammy Sue says, not surprised if the Drua have their way. Oh, Wallabies get the ball here. Not surprised if the Drua have their way with the 5 Aussie Super Rugby teams, since the Wallabies are currently depressing to watch with how they're playing right now. Oh, this is bad. Like, this is a bad game. This is way worse to watch than the first 2 games. This is incredibly worse to watch than the first 2 games. Jack says, is he Australia's main goal kicker? Unfortunately, yes. Oh, that kick's not going to be great there. That kick's not going to be great. Oh, he didn't let that bell bounce. Why did Banks pick that up there? Why did Banks pick that up there? Oh, Cotabetti and Banks, nice little work there. Why did Banks pick that up is my question. Someone Cotabetti still on the field of play here. I don't know what he's doing, Banks. Savage says, my cousin at the game. Oh, good stuff, man. So the Wallabies here inside their own 22. Don't forget, guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. The Wallabies inside their own 22. McDermott with the ball. McDermott with the ball here. He's going to roll this back out of the right. Oh, it's going to be charged down here by the All Blacks, but it's going to be a line out here for the Wallabies about 5 metres out. Or is it a penalty advantage? It is a penalty advantage. I honestly think the Drua will beat the Australian Super Rugby team, Sammy Souza. I do. I really do. I know I'm a Drua fan, but I can tell you they're going to have basically a full-on team. They're going to be basically a full-on team there. So, wow, this is a sad game to watch for the Wallabies. This is a really poor game to watch here for the Wallabies, unfortunately. It's just not a positive performance. There's nothing really positive that I'm taking out of this. Especially with the fact that the All Blacks still have a red card. Like, it is just lazy here from the Wallabies. It is very lazy. It is very lazy. So the Wallabies here, inside their 22, McDermott with the ball. Come on, please get something going here. K times is L. Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah. You think that's good, bro? Man, like, L isn't going to get... Unfortunately, you're new to this channel. You're going to have to do a lot more than L to get at me, man. I know this team's not great. Xavier Brownie says, I reckon the Highlanders could verse the Wallabies and we would probably... Well, no. So, 18-0 lead of the All Blacks. Relax. Buddy, relax over there. Gee whiz. Boyd Paul says, can your Detroit Lions beat the Nines in the first game? There's a chance, but in the same sense, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll do an NFL tipping video on Thursday, though, man. Don't worry. There'll be an NFL tipping video on Thursday. Magapaka says, hey, BK, what does the name Drua mean or meaning? I'm not actually 100% too sure. I know it's got something to do with the canoeing and the boating culture. Fishing, canoeing kind of culture. So, down into the corner here, the All Blacks will have the ball inside their own 40. And all charged down there. Wallabies going to get the ball here. Oh my God, Karevi. How did he catch that ball? Batman, I'm so sorry to see all you Australia fans. Your team is being robbed. The Bledisloe Cup rivalry is dead. Why are we being robbed? Why are the Wallabies being robbed here? We haven't been robbed here. We just haven't been good enough. The Bledisloe Cup rivalry is dead. The old days of the Bledisloe will never forget them. All Blacks are average team at the moment. All Blacks aren't anywhere near as good as they used to be, but I don't understand how we're being robbed here. It's going to be a line out here to the Wallabies. Nice work. Sammy Suda says the Drua sure will, since they're used to Aussie rugby, and I thought Fiji lacking a fly half compared to Alessio here. They're used to Aussie rugby at a very miniature level, man. The NRC is lesser level than the Bunnings NPC, so, like, yeah, but no. Like, yeah, but no. Memphis had a pretty good atmosphere over there. This is a terrible atmosphere for rugby union, man. This game right here is a terrible atmosphere right now. Oh, back on the inside, Kellaway. Oh, high tackle. That's a high tackle, technically. It is technically a high tackle. No, they're not going to call it. McDermott here, left-hand side, gives it off to Karevi. And they're going to go right-hand side here to McDermott. Would need to score not now, but would ideally love to score now, obviously. But the All Blacks are just too good here defensively. That's going to be a turnover here, yeah. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. But yeah, man, if you think this is a good atmosphere, no, mate. So, 43 seconds left here of the red card. I'm not too sure who's come back on just yet. I saw you comment Harry Jones, but the red card hasn't been... We haven't seen the next play come on just yet. There's still 40 seconds left here. I'm really looking forward to All Blacks versus South Africa. I do believe South Africa will beat this All Blacks team. I do. Not that South Africans have been absolutely exceptional, but I guarantee you, All Blacks fans, you're going to be in a grind. You ain't going to be in a high-scoring blowout kind of 35-30 kind of game. You ain't going to be scoring a lot of points, and neither will South Africa, because that's not their play style anymore. If you haven't been watching South Africa so far in the Rugby Championship against Argentina, you'll know they're playing a very different style nowadays. Sniper Scouts Blaze, I don't care. Macapaka says your reactions are the same as mine when the Kiwis play the Kangaroo. No, exactly right, man. No, I understand. Batman says, if the All Blacks keep winning like this, Southern Hemisphere will be dead. South Africa will be struggling. What the shit are you talking about? What is this comment? If the All Blacks keep winning like this, Southern Hemisphere will be dead. South Africa will struggle. The Pacific teams more and more won't bother with the Australia-New Zealand game. But that's a horrible take, man. Like, that's a horrible take. As an Australian here, like, that is a woeful take, man. Like, please don't go around saying that to people because it's not the truth. It is blatantly wrong. The Southern Hemisphere has only lost one World Cup, and that was in 2003 to an extra time field goal to Johnny Wilkinson. Besides that, Australia's won 2 World Cups, South Africa's won 3 World Cups, New Zealand's won 3 World Cups. England don't look good right now. Wales don't look good right now. Ireland don't look good right now. The only team that looks okay is France, and they've got a lot of players out, but Australia are away here. Right-hand side, Kellaway. Right-hand side here. They're actually away here. Australia might actually score here. There's a big chance here. Oh my God. God, that's great defense there from the All Blacks. Banks, man. Pass the ball, bro. Like, Batman, like, that's a terrible comment, man. Like, I'm a Wallabies fan, and I could easily agree with you, but no, you're blatantly wrong, my guy. You're blatantly wrong. Samisu says, the Drua is the name of a Fijian traditional double-sculled war canoe. There you go, often used for voyaging back in the day. Yeah, see, I was right. That's a good tackle there, but Banks really should have been passing that ball there. So Ioane will get the ball, and the All Blacks will lose the ball there. Oh, that's going to be knock on, surely. Surely knock on. Hello? Yeah, it's going to be knock on here. Oh, grabbing his arm, penalty. Of course he's going to get a penalty to the All Blacks there. Of course he is. Of course he is. It was definitely a knock on there. There was no grabbing of the arm there, but whatever. It is what it is. Like, All Blacks, woeful defence to let the Australians break away there, but Ioane was just too fast there for the Australians, but really there should have been an easy pass inside. It would have been 18-7. Australians would have still been in this game, but fortunately, just yet another inexperienced play where they don't pass the ball. Pass the ball there and they score an easy try. Like, a very easy try. So Mackenzie will come on here for Barrett. Obviously, Mackenzie comes on for Jordy Barrett, who got red carded. So now it's back to 15 on 15. So All Blacks here at 45 out, and that's going to be Wallabies winning the line-out. Wow, Wallabies won the line-out there. Good stuff. Wow, you don't usually see that. Oh, Australia away here. Australia away. Taken down here. Lalesio. That was a nice little play there from Lalesio. That's going to be a penalty. Yeah, absolutely. McDermott's away. McDermott's away. Could be a try here. McDermott. 10 minutes out here. Here come the Wallabies. Samuel Korevi. Gets the ball on the inside. Gets the ball back on the inside. Taken down here. 3 minutes out here. Wallabies should score. Yes! Taniela Tupou. No, it wasn't Taniela Tupou, but it was a try. Let's go, Wallabies. Falau Fainga. Why did I say Taniela Tupou? He looks very similar to Taniela Tupou from behind, but I just realised he's not in the starting lineup here. But Australia will score a try here, and we just absolutely dominate. That last 3 minutes, but that was really good here from Australia. And Tate McDermott, yet again, playing well. Tate McDermott, you can't blame him for Australia losing all these games. Like, he honestly is one of the bright lights in the games. Batman says South Africa, will be fine. France will be the stronger side going forward. England are getting stronger. England are absolutely not getting stronger. You do not watch English games if you think England are getting stronger. They struggled to the USA, brother. They gave up nearly 30 points to the USA. But don't talk to me about England getting stronger. England have looked not great for since the World Cup, and obviously, yeah, they lost in the final. But England are not getting stronger. England do not look like the same team they were. I don't know what games you've been watching of theirs, because they literally conceded nearly 30 points to the United States and only scored 40 points against them. Only scored 40 points against the United States. So, like, spare me a bloody break on England getting better. Jogan Sports says, let's go. Great from McDermott. Yeah, great run there from McDermott, to be honest with you. So Noah Alessio here. You better get this kick, man. You simply better get this kick. I swear to God. If he misses this kick, man. Jack Thompson said England had their second team. Oh, bro, no. You go and have a look at that team. They've got a really, really strong team in that game. It's not their first grade squad. But see, this is, again, more wank job comments that just talk about this B team shit. Like, bro, do you really... I'm not even going to argue with it, to be honest with you. English fans, if you think your team's good, be my guest, man. Let's see who's going to get the kick. So it's going to be 18-7 here. But people who think that the England put a B team out for that game, you're wrong. You're blatantly incorrect. A very strong team. Go have a look at it. Obviously, you didn't watch the game. So 18-7 here with 30 minutes to go here of the game. Mevita says, who has the strongest rivalry? I think the strongest rivalry probably is New Zealand and South Africa. Our rivalry is with England, but England have a very, really strong rivalry with Wales too. Australia's All Blacks rivalry is gone. It used to be very good, but man, some people talk about rugby and they have no idea what they're talking about, man. Like, truly. They really don't. Somebody says, like, if you guys truly believe that England played a B team in that game, you really need to learn your rugby a bit better, man. And this is why you probably should listen to the Rugby Down Under podcast, because it's just blatantly incorrect. And you're giving an excuse to a team that did not look good in that game. You know, okay, so Australia's not playing their full team right now. James O'Connell isn't there. There's a couple of players out right now. Okay, you're going to say this is our B team? Okay, New Zealand have got a couple of players out right now. You're going to say this is their B team? You're going to say France are playing with B team every single game? You're going to say, what is this whole B team concept? Okay, it's so stupid. And honestly, anyone who says B team or second team or whatnot, honestly, please stop watching the game of any sport, really, because it's incredibly dumb. It really is. It is incredibly dumb and disrespectful to the players, mind you, as well. It's dumb and disrespectful. What you're saying is the players that are playing a shithouse and not as good as the players that normally play. I understand the difference of Jake McDermott there, nice work. But if you're going to disrespect players, McDermott's away again here. Great play by McDermott. Like, man, if you're going to talk, you're going to know that I know what I'm talking about here, and I watch the games. I'm very well aware of what England are doing. It was a strong team, Jack Thompson said, but I thought it was a B team. I thought it was a B team. Like, what are you doing, bro? Now you're contradicting yourself. Don't backtrack on what you said. You said it was a B team, but now you're saying it's a strong team? So then why is it a B team? Because what is a B team? What is a B team? A B team is players that aren't good, right? They're not as good as the normal starters, right? So you're saying those players who played aren't as good? Shit, man. Like, truly, man. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. USA. You're defending England against the USA and saying they had a couple of players out, so, okay. Brother. You can't be defending England versus USA and you then go on to say that they had a strong team. At first it was a B team, now it was a strong team. Mecca Packer says, BK, how satisfying was the 2015 World Cup game where Aussie kicked England out of the World Cup before the finals? I've never been more a Wallabies fan in that game. Yeah, that was great, especially considering it was in London. And don't think I'm having a go at you personally here, by the way, Jake Thompson. I just want to confirm this for you, because some people unfortunately misrepresent and misunderstand the way that I'm speaking. I'm not having a go at you. I am having a go, however, at the thought process. Because the thought process for me is very stupid. Very, 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 very stupid, right? And I'm sick of it because every single person in rugby nowadays is utilising this B-term concept. And it really is stupid, right? But I'm not having a go at you, so just know that. It's all good banter and all good discussion. But 18-7 here to the All Blacks, and they're just outside the 22. It'll be a dropout here from the Wallabies. They're going to be a right-hand side here. How did England lose the USA? No, but they conceded 30 points to a team that is not even B-team worthy. Oh my God, All Blacks are going to score a try here. That's woeful defence from the Wallabies. That's a woeful defence from the Wallabies on that left wing. That is woeful defence from the Wallabies. Oh my God. Bro. Jockey Down says, the great Richie Benaud once said, if you don't have anything constructive to say, then say nothing. It's not like... I'm more so referring to everyone who uses that and not just him. But his idea of England being allowed to concede 30 points to the USA... Like, the USA would... If New Zealand had played a D team in your concept, they don't concede 30 to the USA. And they still score probably about 60. So, you do the math. Jack Thompson said B team because the players in that team wouldn't be picked over other players that were in the British and Irish Lions team. But yes, I get your point about the England team. I misused my words. Like I said, not having a go at you, man. Just having a go at it because it's wrong. But it's not necessarily factually wrong, but I completely disagree with it. It doesn't matter whether it's B, C, D, or E team. England should always be beating USA by a lot more because USA are currently ranked, I think, 19th or something like that. And when it's anything below Georgia in 13th, I think they are. I think Georgia in 13th. I think Fiji are in 11th, which they should be higher. They should be above Japan, but they haven't played a great deal. And when they have played, they play the All Blacks. Samoa is in 14th, maybe or 15th. I think Samoa's 14th, Georgia's 13th, Italy 12th. Could be wrong. But USA like 19th. They're around the likes of Romania, Portugal. No, Portugal's 19. USA might be 16. Batman says, oh, one second here. All Blacks will. Oh, wow, missed a kick badly. Oh, yikes. That's not a good kick. Batman says, the Australia have a lot of good youngsters, and the Giddo law being removed, like the Skelton, Isaac, Lucas will be back with them. Dave Rennie can be back next year with Australia to win a Bledisloe in the next few years. I'm not negative in that sense. I believe that Australia win the Bledisloe within 5 years, but there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. Like this game, I'm not even really focusing a great deal on this game. Like I'm reacting to the game. Like I am reacting to this game. I am reacting, but in the same sense. Jack Thomas says, but didn't England also score some 70 points in that game? No, that was the game against Canada. I think it was against Canada, and they scored 70, and that was a very easy win. I think 70-10 or something like that. But that's expected, man. Like that's legitimately expected. That's what they should have been beaten USA by. England aren't. Oh, that's a good charge down there by the Wallabies. They're going to get the ball here. The Wallabies. Oh, Samu Karevi. That's a high tackle, arguably. No, apparently not. So Marco Corbetti here with the ball. He's going to be at the 22. Gets taken down right now. Marco Corbetti at the 22. Angus to Avao comes on for Nepo Lalala, by the way, for the All Blacks. They're going to go right-hand side here. Gives it off to Lalesio. Oh, for shit in hell's sake, Lalesio. Get off the goddamn field. Oh, Lalesio. God, holy shit, man. Holy shit. Holy shit, not Alessio. Pass the goddamn ball to the player. Don't pass the ball about 300 metres in front of him. Stop shaking your goddamn head, mate. You need to sort your shit out. Don't blame the player for that shit. You passed that. That was not a great pass from you, Noah Alessio. It was too far ahead of him. Do not blame him for that. That's on you, Noah Alessio. Yet again. Ali Man says, when was the last time the Wallabies won the Bledisloe Cup? Oh, legit, 20 years ago. But the Bledisloe Cup's already over. This is Rugby Championship at this point. Somebody says, the young Wallabies here are being shown the ropes at the moment. Man. Olivia says, I just joined. What team do you go for? I'm a Wallabies fan, but in the same sense, I'll tell you my thoughts of how shit they are, and I'll also tell you what my thoughts of the All Blacks. This All Blacks team isn't as good as the 2010s, but they're still better than the Wallabies, and that's why we're mainly, when these games are on, we know the results, so we just kind of sit here and just talk about everything. Jack Lewis says, England's match against the USA, hold on. England's match against the USA was shocking. The scoreline was terrible. I watched the game and couldn't believe we didn't beat them 50 plus. No excuses. The team was good enough on paper. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jack Lewis. That's a great comment. Harry Jones says, All Blacks do have a B team technically. It's the Mouldy side. Okay, Harry Jones. Okay, mate. Okay. Batman says, Isaac Lucas is the Australia answer at fullback. I think the Banks has been pretty good in this game, to be fair. Somebody says, Rennie must be learning his hair, tearing his hair out at how Australia's playing. Well, he can join the whole Michael Cheika brigade. Because the Cheika brigade, I think Cheika's now a Lebanon Rugby League coach. To be much, it seems like Noah lost his arc. What? Jake Thompson says the score in the England versus USA game was 43-29. I know, that's not good, mate. They're not. Oh, penalty Australia. Wowee, we're going to win that. We're going to win the scrum against the feed. Nice work. Miller says, hey, Blaze, hello, mate. But yeah, Jack, I think England beat Canada like 70-10 or 70-9. But then obviously, yeah, followed it up with a really poor performance against the USA. Really poor. Jack Lewis says, Blaze, you watching a European club rugby, top 14, Aviva Premiership? I don't really have the time, man, but the Kiwi lads, my co-host on the Rugby Down Under podcast, he definitely does. By the way, guys, 21 minutes to go here of the game. We're on 58 likes. Get 2 more likes to hit 60. Obviously, go and hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget the Rugby Down Under podcast in the pinned comment every Wednesday that comes out. So go and give us a follow on Spotify. Show some love. If you love your rugby, you trust me, we speak for literally an hour and a half to an hour and 50 minutes, literally every week about everything going on in Rugby Union International, Super Rugby. We'll talk about the United Rugby Championship. We've got a couple of players, actually, from the United Rugby Championship that are coming on very soon as well. And the Wallabies are going to lose a line out. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, and now Ioana gets away. And luckily for the ankle tap there. Lucky for the ankle tap there from Samu Karevi. Justin Sutherland says, who's BPR? What's going on? Batman says, sorry for being negative, man. I just want to show you better. I understand that, but rugby's not dead in Southern Hemisphere at all. We have literally won 2 World Cups. New Zealand have won 3. South Africa have won 3. And the only other... Oh, brilliant pass. Lalezio's away. Pass the ball away. That was actually a nice play there by Lalezio. We don't get a lot of that. Corbetti here runs through. He gets taken down here. He gets taken down here. They're going to go right-hand side. McDermott gets it off to Hooper. Hooper here. Oh, my God. Again, they've done it. They've done it straight up again. They've legitimately done it again. They've legitimately done it again. They've legitimately done it again. They've legitimately thrown an intercept try again. This Australia team never learns. This Australia team never learns. This Australia team never learns. This Australia team never, ever, ever learns. Wait, since I called it, where's the intercept? Never, ever, ever learns. It's sad. It's sad. Like, you'd think that grown adults who play this game would understand. This is the third game in a row you've thrown a stupid lofty pass out. Like, bro, what do you think's going to happen there? Like, what do you think is going to happen there throwing some stupid little lofty pass out to the side? Like, this happens every week. Like, the All Blacks on the back foot there, and then you throw the ball to Havili. Like, you can't even give that try to Havili. You literally just give that try from the Wallabies. The Wallabies assist that try, absolutely. And they do it every single week. Every single week. Ali Man says, hey, BK, update on the NRL. Man, thank you, but... Harry Jones says, have they done a Warriors Classic? Oh, well, no. No, at least Australia scored here. Sammy Sousa says, and I figured the freebie inset would show its ugly head. I know, it was going to come at some stage, Sammy Sousa. Well, welcome. Olivia says, the Australian team never, ever, ever learns. Buddy, spot on there, Olivia. You never said anything more right in your life. They never learn. Doesn't Sutherland says, wow, 2 dud games. Bulldogs and All Blacks scored at the same time. Yeah, well, at least this has a little bit more impact than that stupid game. This is atrocious. Mate, this is week in, week out for us Wallabies fan. Big boy. This is what we see every single week for the last 20 years. But like I say, guys, I'm always here. I'm always going to be tuning in. I'm always going to be watching the games. I'm always going to be supporting the lads. I'm always going to be watching the rugby when South Africa plays New Zealand and Argentina plays Australia and Argentina. You know, the rest of the games, I will be doing them. I do all international rugby games, and I'll give you my opinion on it. And I'm going to give you my straight-up opinion. I'm not going to give you some pussy-footed opinion saying, oh, the Wallabies, they're not too bad. The Wallabies have been a diabolical shithouse in this game. I'm going to tell you what my thoughts are. And that's what this channel is. So if you like it, subscribe. If you don't like it, it's not the place for you. But I'm going to tell you when I think my team's shit, and I'm going to tell you when my team's good, and I'm going to tell you when the other team's shit and when the other team's good. The All Blacks are not the same team from the 2010s. It is fact. It's fact, and you're going to see that against South Africa. But the New Zealand is still good, but they're not the team from the 2010s, and there's no disagreement there. But I'm just simply going to tell you what my thoughts are. Drew Z says that was a try assist, that guy wearing the jersey. Thanks, mate. So Wallabies here inside the attacking half here. Ali Ahmed says this is the reason why Union is not big in Australia. No, the reason why Union is not big in Australia is not because of this. This is the reason why it's not big in Australia. It not being big in Australia is the reason for this. No, and by the way, how am I thinking? I'm trying to do the opposite way of what you said. Because of Australia's rugby union tactics and the way that they've grown the game through Australia, this is the circumstances of it. It's not this creating the lack of support. It's Rugby Australia creating the lack of support. Oh, Hooper there with a nice little run, but he hasn't had a great game, Hooper. He did get injured early days. I was trying to think of the opposite thing, because it is the opposite thing. I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words, what I'm saying. Xavier Brandon Boy says the G'day law is not getting taken off. The Australian CEO said they're looking at how to refine it. Oh, shut the goddamn... Oh, man, Australia Rugby Union has not a goddamn clue how to run their game. Oh, man, who's the CEO? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the goddamn organisation. You guys haven't got a goddamn clue. Haven't got a goddamn clue how to run this game. You've driveled this... You've drawn this stupid organisation out for so long, and you're not going to get rid of it now? Oh my god, what a stupid organisation. Like, they are moron. Oh, like, score again. Score again. Is this not embarrassing for you yet, Rugby Australia? Is this... Oh my god, they're going to score a try again here. Rugby Australia, when will you listen? When will you listen? How did Mackenzie not knock that ball on? That's crazy. It's not a knock on, he kicks the ball. It doesn't knock the ball on there. It's a try. Jack Lewis says, why do you have to be in private school to play for Australia? I don't get it. Bingo. Jack Thompson says, I've had such a shit day today, and this game is just putting the cherry on top of it. Well, man, I hope you're still enjoying the stream, man. Good on you, man. You'll get through it. Keep up the positive energy, man. Like, you go and see my team, Titans, make the top 8. We win 44 to goddamn nil to make the top 8, and for the first time in 5 years, and then I have to watch this dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Mason, was that a knock on? I don't think so. I think he drops it onto his foot, and the foot brings it back up. When will Rugby Australia bloody learn? When will they listen? Oh, no, it is knock on. No, it is knock on. It hit actually Barrett there, so it's knock on there. It's not a try. It's actually not. It's a knock on there. Kramer says they get better play from the public schools. Well, no, that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that only public schools, or they should just be going public schools. We're saying that everyone should be allowed. Everyone should be allowed. There's no public school bullshit, private school bullshit. It should be anyone who wants to play the game of rugby union can play the game of rugby union. That's why. Justin Sutherland says, my mate went to a public school and he plays first grade pushing for shoot, but that's because they've changed. They've started to slowly try and change it away. And also, you're finding that a lot of private schools are also leaning towards league. Jim Chase says, that accidental offside. I think it should be, but they won't call it. Somebody who says, Rugby Australia might want to review that grassroots development, methinks, because Fiji beating them in the World Cup wouldn't even be surprising. We have a very good record against Fiji, but in the same sense, yeah, Fiji... in the same sense, Fiji do have a very red-hot opportunity. I'm not going to lie to you. I wouldn't even care. Like, I would care, but I wouldn't. I think Australia are decent by 2023. Australia always compete in the World Cup. Like, I just want to tell you something. Australia will always compete in the World Cup because the group stage is full of no-hopers, right? But the thing is that we do have Wales and Fiji. Again, we always have Wales and Fiji. I swear we've got Wales, Fiji the last 3 group stages in a row or some shit. Wales aren't that good, man. Wales aren't that good. But people want to believe Wales are great. That's fine. You can believe Wales are great all you like, but I watched them. I know they had players out with the British and Irish Lions, but they also... Argentina had a red card for 40 minutes and still found a way to win that game. Or draw that game. I don't know, but either way. Thank you very much to Jack Lewis for the £5. Have a Coke on me, celebrate the great Titans win. Good on you, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you very much. I will definitely have a nice little Coke Zero on you and celebrate Titans making the top 8. Jack Thompson says, Rugby AU doesn't run programs as much as the NRL does, and there are barely public school rugby comps. Rugby league has a tougher background. Union, the kids coming through, and without being disrespectful, Union has a lot more wealthier families because they're from public school, private schools, which is making it, they're not doing it to save their family or create a life for their family because they've already got money. Public schools is a different story. That's my personal opinion. I don't want to be disrespectful in saying that. Drew says, content awesome, bro. Congrats on you Titans giving this 8th spot and humiliating my boys. Yeah, well, at least you guys get to humiliate us again here, but we did definitely smack the Warriors. But that I don't want any Warriors fans to think I'm being derogatory towards your team. I think that your players were dirty as shit today, but the fans, they obviously have to suffer because they're bullshit. Oh, try time with the Wallabies. That was great. That was a great play. And the Wallabies will score a try. Let's go. Let's go. So it's going to be 28-14 here. Let's go. Emily, she says, Bola, valava se tego, toso viti. Toso viti, we were just talking about the odd viti level. Talking about the Fijian Drew coming on up. But the Wallabies here. Nice little try. Underneath the post, only can the Wallabies come back, man. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up, man. Sorry, I just had to pull my pants up just then. That's more like it, though. Remember, you're absolutely right there. You're absolutely right. So that's going to be a try time for the Wallabies. Boom, boom. As long as we don't get beaten by about 100, I'll be right. So this is going to be a 14-point game. It's still technically on, but in the same sense, it's not happening. Wow, Reece Hodge. Oh, yes, Reece Hodge. I complained about him all 2020, and now I actually want him to be the kicker. Oh my god, at least the All Blacks aren't getting the bonus point right now. Jack Thompson says, yes, Rugby AU feeds off money. They want money before successful. That's what it feels like. It's been like that for 20 years, man. It's been like 30 years, arguably. Sammy says, good to see the Wallabies score again. They'll need more. They need 2 more. Boyd Paul says, will we ever see another player like Sir Richie? Mate, I want to see another player like any... I don't even necessarily want... if you're talking about Richie McCaw, by the way, but I'm thinking about Georgie Gregan for Australia. I want to see... Actually, if you're from New Zealand, I want to ask you what your thoughts are about this New Zealand team. I ask this every Bledisloe Cup stream or every All Black stream. What do you think about the All Blacks right now? Do you think this has been an impressive performance? Because I can give you my opinion, and I can say they're going to win, and they're the better team, but it's still not as scary as... If this Wallabies team was playing the 2010s All Blacks team, McKenzie's going to get slapped here. Connor Betty just crunched him. If this 2010s All Blacks team was playing this Wallabies team, they would win 70. They would score 70. Jack Lewis, Richie McCaw is the GOAT of all time, in my opinion. I wouldn't disagree. Oh, here comes the All Blacks again. Oh, TJ Perinara, thank God. We didn't get up the try, but we probably will any moment now. Hooper, of course it's Hooper. Of course it's goddamn Hooper saving the try there. So here they go. They're 15 metres out. Left-hand side gives it off here to Barrett. Barrett here, and they're going to get taken. Oh, could be a tournament. No, good work there by the All Blacks on the ruck. They go left-hand side here. Phase 5 gives it off to Mackenzie. Mackenzie here. Havili. Oh, defence from the Wallabies were woeful. Havili's been pretty good in this game, in my opinion. Havili's been pretty good. So right-hand side here. I wouldn't really say he's been probably my man in the match, to be completely fair, Havili. Oh, knock on maybe? No. All Blacks still have the ball here. Just outside the 22. So All Blacks here, right-hand side, gives it off, and I think that's going to be a try here. Yeah, that's a try. Try forward. Oh, they're going to check this, apparently. They're going to check it. Why? Why are they checking this? Jay Thompson says, pretty much the whole Waratahs team were private school kids. Yeah, that's why they haven't won a game in literally a year and a half. Actually, when was the last time they won a game? Was it 2019? When was the last time the Waratahs scored a try? When was the last time the Waratahs won a game? Was it 2019? Isaiah Browning says, what's the worst result in Australia's history in your opinion? Worst result in Australia's history? Mate, just wait for every game. Worst result in Australia's history? Just keep waiting. Next game. The answer is next game. The answer is next game. Oh, no, that's a try. No, it's a try. The grounding's fine here. What are they looking at? What are we actually looking for here? Are they saying forward pass? No. Ooh. I think it's fine. Jay Thompson says I will have to Google. No, the answer is next game. No, he's asking what's the worst. If you can't think of it, it's just the next game, mate. That's a try here for the All Blacks. I don't even know what we're looking at here. Yeah, so try time. So the All Blacks will now lead 33-14 here with the hits come. That is an easy try. The Wallabies, they really suck, but you should hit the thumbs up and subscribe. But at least the Titans won. At least if the Titans had a loss today, and then I had to witness this, I probably would have been on watch. Jay Thomas says I'm talking about the Waratahs. Oh, the Waratahs last win. Oh, geez. I think that's 2019, or maybe against the Western Force earlier last year. Something says worst result in Australian history is 36-0 to the All Blacks, if I remember correctly. I wasn't thinking about it literally. I was more so thinking about in regards to like most embarrassing, and last week was up there. Moes Bass says, for a coach who coached in the Northern Hemisphere, this Rennie is pretty poor. No, he's not. This is Wallabies, man. This is Wallabies. Rennie, unfortunately, is I'm not blaming Rennie for this. I'm a Wallabies fan, man. So I'll tell you my thoughts on Rennie. He's missed another kick. Jeez, they missed a lot of kicks here, the All Blacks. So 33-14, here's the score. So it's a 19-point game. But this isn't Rennie's fault, in my opinion. This is yet again Australia's inability. Like you could argue is getting to Rennie's fault, to be fair, but the Wallabies don't have the system to cope with any kind of successful team, man. We don't have the system for the successful team, my guy. So, like, I get it. I get why you want to look and say the blame is on Rennie, but you've also got to look at the players and think, okay, well, Chica came through. You know, we've had coaches over the years who've all done the exact same thing, and this is what I want to reaffirm here. Why is it Rennie's fault, or why is it not Rennie's fault, and then yet Chica got all the blame? Because the exact same shit that Chica had is happening right now with what Rennie's having. So I'm trying to figure out, like, at this point, it's like, surely you can't blame the coaches. You have to just simply blame the team. You have to blame the players. You have to blame the fact that we don't have the player ability to compete with the big dogs. We always are successful in World Cups to get to the point where we get past the group stages, but we might not if we play like this. But we always have positive moments in the game. We always have quality moments where we've scored 14 points here and both tries were good. We probably scored a third try that got ripped off. We should have scored a try. But, you know, we can't put together a full 80 minutes and it's a madness. Penalty to Australia. 10 minutes to go here. 10 minutes to go. Michael Packer says Akira Ioane has been fired today. Literally everyone from the All Blacks has been fired. But Nazi Williams says All Blacks, but I was hoping Quay got a run. Not that the result would have been any different. Man, to be fair, Noah Alessio's not had a good game. Like, he's been fine. He's been okay, but yeah, the result's not going to be different with Quake Cooper playing. But overall, I blame Australia in rugby. I don't blame Dave Rennie. I blame Australian rugby and the players. I do. I've gotten to the point where I'm sick of blaming coaches. I blame Chica. I'm not going to lie. I blamed Chica. And I'm not too... Chica still got us through to the group stage, past the group stages of that. Well, we got robbed against Wales in that group stage, by the way. Clarence says they wanted to play rugby, but at the end of the day, it's always the coach's fault. It's not the coach's fault. What do you mean it's at the end of the day it's always the coach's fault? Man, this has been the same shit for 20 years. The exact same situations happening over and over and over and over and over again. Look at how many coaches we've gone through. So why is it always the coach's fault? Why is it always the coach's fault when the same issues are arising every single game 20 years on when you've gone through 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 coaches? Why is it always the coach's fault? Answer that question for me. Why? Jack Thomas says, when does James O'Connor come back? I'm not too sure, man. I just know he's still injured. Left-hand side here. Play here, Valentini. Oh, in the inside. Oh, that's another intercept. You just have to laugh. You just have to laugh. They kick the ball out to the left-hand side here. This is a try. That's a bounce. It's going to bounce perfectly here. Yep. And it's a try here for the All Blacks. It's going to be 40-14 here. It's going to be 40-14 here. Harry Jones says, wouldn't surprise me if this Australian team will defeat South Africa. I have a hunch. It's funny because a lot of people are talking about it, but in the same sense, I think South Africa beat New Zealand, bro. I do. I'm not disrespecting it. Like, if New Zealand win, I'll stream it, and I can tell you right now, I'll support. I don't care. I won't care who wins it because the Australians can't win the Rugby Championship. But like, there's a reason why I criticise like this. But like, I want that answer. I want someone to answer me that question. Why is it Rennie's fault? Why is it Rennie's fault? Because every other coach had the exact same issues. So why is it now? Why is it always the coach when the exact same issues arise every single game, no matter who is the coach? It doesn't matter if Buddy, literally God himself, coached this team. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. Like, it doesn't matter who coaches this team. You could have the greatest coach of all time. We still find a way to lose. Mark Brackett says, good vision, TJ. Ali Ahmed says, Tigers to win the spoon next year. Don't care. Backface says, with Wallace's sin bin, could he be out for next week's game? Yeah, probably, mate, I don't know, man. I'll think about that later. I'm too busy thinking about how shit this game is right now for the Wallabies. Creamer says, our players need a good kick up the arse. We've needed a good kick up the arse for decades, brother. Boy Paul says, who would you rather have in your team, Richie McCaw or Dan Carter? I'm taking Richie McCaw. Bro. Dan Carter was fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I'm personally taking Richie McCaw. I think Richie McCaw is one of the greatest players to ever play. Obviously, captain fantastic. You know, so solid, so consistent, so just a hard nut, man. And I loved Richie McCaw, man. Even as an Australian, I just love Richie McCaw, bro. He was good, man. Jack Thompson says, I've lost all hope in the Wallabies. I really am on the urge of losing hope for them. That's the thing, man. Like, I'm always positive about them, and I'm still going to keep watching these games. I'm still going to keep streaming, and you guys have to keep subscribing because, you know, at least that makes me feel happy about my pain. But I'm still going to be here. But, like, man, like, how much more can Wallabies take of this shit? Like, at least we don't have a lot of All Blacks fans talking a great deal of shit. Because, like, you get over it. You're just like, I'm not going to react to it. Like, there's no point to react to it. But, you know, sometimes you All Blacks fans, like the other person typing in, spamming L or something in the chat. Like, really, that's the best you got. But, like, it gets annoying. You're just like, oh, come on, man. I just time them out. But it still gets annoying because All Blacks don't need to talk shit. You know, All Blacks fans don't need to. There's a reason why they're in this situation. Like, and I can tell you my team shit. If there was a Wallabies streamer who was like, oh, yeah, no, the All Blacks are shit. You know, we've been robbed here. The referee, just disgusting. Like, although we did have a bad call where we probably should have gotten a try, but, another knock on there. Oh, that's going to be a potential try here for the All Blacks. Left-hand side. Oh, yeah. Let's go for the intercept on a play that we have a penalty advantage to the opposition team. How about that one? That's a nice. Now it's going to be Wallabies ball here at the 22. Next, has anyone been following the England versus India series? I have not been following the cricket yet, but I will be doing cricket streams once the rugby league season has finito. Jack Lewis says, Richie's the GOAT for sure, a superstar. Yeah, I'm taking Richie McCaw or Dan Carter. Don't get me wrong, Dan Carter's fantastic, but... Drew Z says, All Blacks have been average at best, been good in small patches. Aussies have just made us look better. That's been for all three games. Absolutely. And this is why I have, and I'll talk about this on the Rugby Done Under podcast. I'm going to tell you guys every single time, go and follow the Rugby Done Under podcast. Show some love for the podcast. We've got plenty of plays coming on, including Dane Coles very soon. But I want to reaffirm this. And people don't like it. A lot of Kiwis don't like it. I think the Wallabies are making the All Blacks look better than they are. I think they are. I think the Wallabies haven't been good, and they're making the All Blacks look better than they are. Oh, that's a crack of a hit there from Valentini. I really don't think this has been a special performance, but yet a lot of All Blacks fans are going to tell me how good their team is, and it's like, okay, fair enough, you've won all three games, fine. My team's shit. Right, my team is dog shit. My team loses all the time. Every game. Wallabies are terrible. We'll be struggled against Argentina. Might sneak something against South Africa just because our game style and their game style is different. But they're going to grind us out of the game, man. They'll still probably beat us. But like All Blacks fans don't like it when I tell you that I honestly think South Africa is going to win that game. I think honestly South Africa could win both those games. I don't want it to. I want it to be a close game, both games, and I don't think it's going to be a crazy walloping. That would never happen. But South Africa are going to grind this New Zealand team out of it. This New Zealand team is not the finished product. They're not clinical enough for me. Ian Foster is very, very lucky that he gets to play Australia right now. Very, very lucky. Moes Bar says, Northern Hemisphere, you learn to play the basics of the game, and that's forward play, kicking, scrummaging, and especially a defence I would think he would have learned. That's great, Moes. But Northern Hemisphere Rugby's won one World Cup in 30 years. You know, I get it. I understand what you're saying. But Northern Hemisphere Rugby has only won one World Cup in 2003. So it's like, I don't think that they're really the ones to be telling us how to play the game right now. If you know what I'm saying. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just responding to that. I understand that you're saying, like, you'd think you'd learn, and, you know, Northern Hemisphere Rugby, we learned this and stuff like that. But in the same sense, if a South African was saying it or a New Zealander was saying it, hell, even a Wallabies fan was saying it, at least Wallabies have won 2 World Cups, New Zealand have won 3, and South Africa won 3. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you how it is, man. Like, I'm not really here to learn about Northern Hemisphere Rugby at this point, because still, you know, Wallabies were close against the Welsh in the last World Cup and still aren't that great. Oh, that's going to be Wallabies ball here. Smithy Toilet says Northern Hemisphere telling us how to play. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. So right hand side here for the Wallabies, they're going to give this ball out here. So and really, unless you're English as well, I don't know who you support, but unless you're English as well, England's really the only one who could be even uttering it, because they at least were in the final in 2019. They did win in 2003. So Wallabies with a chance here, taken down, 15 metres out here from the line. Wallabies go left hand side here, 3 minutes to go. Oh, that was nice work there. And this is what I'm talking about, All Blacks fans. This is what I'm talking about here. It's a try for the Wallabies. It's going to be 21, 31, 28. So the bonus point's gone. This is what I'm talking about, All Blacks fans. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be giving up that kind of try. Shouldn't be. Smithy Toilet says England were lucky to win in 2003. Oh, man. Don't get me going. George Meyer says the only World Cup win the North have won is one in England too. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm not really here to listen to being told from the Northern Hemisphere how to play rugby and learning the basics. I'm not really here to listen to that one. Especially, you know, the last 3 World Cup... the last... how many Northern Hemisphere teams have been in the final in the last few finals? Because there was one England versus South Africa in 2019. South Africa won. 2015 was Australia versus New Zealand, so no Northern Hemisphere teams there. New Zealand won. 2011 was New Zealand versus France. That's 2. France was there. So the last 3 World Cups, there's been 2 out of 6 that have been Northern Hemisphere. Was it South Africa versus... Who was the 2007? South Africa versus Argentina? Nazi Williams says, dude, no disrespect, but you ever thought of commentating on horse racing, you get paid? Yeah, like I know people talk about this all the time, to be honest with you, but I speak about this with the Kiwi lads. Kiwi lads are obviously my fellow podcaster, and he's a good mate of mine. We speak about this all the time because people say this a lot. The thing is that we have to portray what's happening in the game, plus also give our opinion, plus also react to you guys chatting in the comments. So there's a reason we speak so fast, because we have to get everything involved. Because if I could show you the game, I wouldn't need to really commentate a great deal of the game. I could just talk to you guys and give my opinion, and then they focus on the actual parts. But because you guys, not all of you get to see the game specifically, I do have to speak quite fast. Sammy Sue says, consolation tries at this point for the Wallabies, who were fortunate the All Blacks didn't hit 50 points a lot earlier. Absolutely. So the 80th minute has come here, but this is going to be the All Blacks here will... The All Blacks are going to get a shot here. They're going to go for it. It's a scrum, but the All Blacks will go for a shot here. Nazi Williams says, exactly, mate. I get it. Got to keep it up. No disrespect. No, I get it. That's all good. Jack Thompson says, I heard somewhere England cheated the 2003 World Cup. Well, we spoke about this on the podcast last Wednesday. We spoke about it. I would disagree. You see it a lot nowadays anyway. It's not really cheating. It's a really low form of cheating. It's basically to throw the basics out of it. truly you'd be really reaching if you thought that England cheated that World Cup based on the blood and sin, going off and whatnot. Anyway, point of matter is, not really. Like, it is, but it isn't. So 38-21 here. All Blacks obviously just too good. They swept us. Fair enough. We're not good enough. Simply said. No arguments here. I think we play again next week against, I think, Australia, South Africa next week or 2 weeks away. I'm not too sure. The next game All Blacks play will be against Argentina. Moist Bar says, it's not about Northern Hemisphere, brother. Go check when you listen to Graham, Henry, Hansen, etc. The experience made them better coaches. It's made Rassi and Nianaba better, mate. I get it. I understand what you're saying, but your comment before was kind of referring to saying that, like, in the Northern Hemisphere, because you did specify Northern Hemisphere. 1 second, I'll go read the comment. And I appreciate you tuning in with your opinion, man. I do. I appreciate you coming in with your opinion, but like, it was the part about, here we go. Northern Hemisphere, you learn to play the basics of the game, and that's forward play, kicking, scrummaging, and especially your defense. I think he would have learned. So basically, you started off by saying Northern Hemisphere. And it's like, bruh, like, if you had it just said, like, this is what you do, this is how you should learn, then get it. But, like, Southern Hemisphere isn't really here to hear about the Northern Hemisphere telling us how to play rugby when we win all the World Cups. But I don't mean to be disrespectful by saying any of that. So New Zealand win that one. That's going to do us for today, guys. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a stream, which is Australia versus Vietnam in the Socceroos World Cup qualifiers. Not a great result here for Australia. Just terrible. I will be speaking all about it on the Rugby Down Under podcast. Go to the pinned comment over there, click on that link, and follow us on Spotify, Apple, Reason, and Google Podcasts. Literally anywhere you want, you can find our podcast. Australia missing conversions, missing tries. Just shocking. Just this one was really disappointing to witness. To be honest with you, this one was really disappointing to witness, but I appreciate you guys, as always. Obviously, checking through the comment section. Always having a good time. But I'm going to jump off for now, and I will see 1 second here. Joshua McMillan says, I feel so sorry for Hooper. World-class player has no support from any quality players. Bingo. You can see in his face how hard it is for him to stay motivated. Bingo. Malcolm Hooper is the only guy there. Who really gives it a crack, to be completely fair. I thought Samuel Korevi wasn't bad. I don't think Samuel Korevi was any bad, but yeah. Alright guys, jumping off. Tomorrow, video coming out, how I became a Gold Coast Titans fan, plus Australia versus Vietnam. Next week, probably do South Africa, Argentina. We've got NRL finals next week, so if you're an NRL fan, you'll love it. Premier League next week as well, if you're a Northern Hemisphere fan of football. What else we got coming up? We've got the NFL starting next Friday. Ooh, got some NFL action there as well. And the basketball coming up very soon, guys. But, alright guys, jumping off. Appreciate you. Thumbs up, subscribe, follow the Rugby Down Under podcast, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.